everybody. Welcome, welcome. Come on in, take your shoes off, relax. Welcome to today's stream. Happy Halloween, everybody. It is currently Halloween where I'm at, and I could not be more excited. I didn't do pumpkins this year because I didn't feel like going through the hassle of like cutting a pumpkin and then ripping out its guts and all that stuff. I was just like, I want to have a nice calm Halloween. So we're gonna have like popcorn and I'm gonna watch some scary movies. We'll watch my favorite scary movie. We're gonna watch my favorite scary movie, Scary Godmother. It was an old like 1990s, early 2000s film. It's short. It's on YouTube if you want to go watch it. Scary Godmother. It's excellent. It's one of my favorite kids' Halloween stories. It's just a blast through and through. The jokes are a little dated though, because it is from like the 90s and early 2000s. So some of the jokes are a little dated, but I still think it's a very fun movie. So if you're looking for something to do for Halloween, go check out Scary Godmother. Not sponsored or anything. It's just my favorite Halloween movie of like all time. I also like scary movies. I'm excited for Mama 2 to come out. I heard that it was supposed to come out like in fall of this year or something like that, or maybe next year. But it's supposed to be coming out soon. And I'm very excited because I loved Mama, the original. It was like a sweet story, or not a sweet story, but well, no, I think it was a sweet story. It was a sweet story about like these girls who had lived in like a lodge for like years and years and years without being noticed, and they're being protected by this like ghost apparition that they call Mama. And so they move in to go to like their uncle's house and meet his girlfriend and be around another mother figure. And I think it's really sweet. They do a really good job of like caring for the girls even though something strange is going on around them. So there's no blame of like the girls causing anything. It's mostly like, oh, get the girls away from the scary monster. It's a blast. It's a good movie. I enjoy it. I also enjoy Grave Encounters. If you haven't seen that one, it's like a ghost hunting one, where like bad things just always happen. It's so good. Love scary movies, but I can't watch too many anymore or else I get nightmares. So I don't want nightmares. I have a hard enough time sleeping as it is already. Anyways, I've chattered on for too long. Hi, my name is Princess Evillan. If you don't know who I am, I'm a streamer here on Twitch, and I post almost everything I do, all my VODs, onto youtube.com/@princessevillanvods. So if you're looking for other games that we play, normally on Thursdays we play Okami. Today is a little special because it's Halloween, so I'm doing a special visual novel for Halloween. We also have Visual Novel Friday. We've been playing Highway Blossoms, so check out that on the VODs channel. And we've also been playing Grim Fandango, which has been super fun, if totally confusing. So if you want to watch me be confused and diss around, then go check out the Grim Fandango playthrough, because I feel like that's all I do. Anyways, let's get into today's game. Today's game is Witches x Warlocks. It's by Nifty Studios and Nifty Productions. Yes, no, Nifty Visuals and Nifty Productions. It is a otome visual novel. It's got a couple different gendered dateable characters, and then I think it has one non-binary character. In the free version you can get on Steam, Witches x Warlocks. So go check out their Steam page. If you're watching this on the VODs, you can go down to the description, and at the very bottom will be a link to the game. So go check this game out. I think it's going to be super fun. Looking at these characters, here, let me show you. There we go. Looking at these characters, they all look so cute. I think we only get 3 because we're in the free version, so I only think we get the top 3. Is the mouse showing up? Oh. Hold on, I lost my mouse pad. There we go. There we go. Okay, yeah, these three, I think these three are the only ones that we can date in the free version. I think this guy is part of the DLC, maybe. I could be wrong. But let's jump in and meet these characters. I'm super excited. I love visual novels. Oh yeah, and there's a level of customization. So we're gonna go with Evillan, Nightshade. Ooh. We can have a pointy hat. I'm fine with that. Let's make you a little darker. There we go. Voice.
Let me try.
Let me try.
Okay.
Let me try.
So they have a like female, a male, and then a non-gendered, like non-binary.
Let me try.
That sounds good. I like that one. Let's go with that one. Hair color, black. Cute. What does it look like with white hair? Oh, that looks really cute too. I think that's more closer to Evillan. Alright. Fate your witch. I think this is it. That's
It's
cute.
love, love, love.
It's love, love, love that makes the world go round, round, round. That sounds like the Powerpuff Girls. Love, 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 love makes the world go round. Okay. Another flawless night. Once again, love is triumphant. All thanks to the weeks of dedicated hard work of yours truly, the incomparable, the one and only Evillan Nightshade.
Da-dee-da.
It's love, 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 da-dee-da. Tonight, two souls who had been searching their entire afterlives for each other have found one another at last. Tonight, two hearts that used to be lonely are beating as one. All thanks to me,
The best matchmaker in Dwimmermere High.
Evillan Nightshade, the one, the only, da-da-da-da, best matchmaker in Dwimmermere High, da-da-da.
The only one.
The only matchmaker in Dwimmermere High. Ooh, hi Zero, you look cool. I'm kind of falling for you already. A blue-skinned apparition steps out of the wall right in front of me. I jump back, lose my balance, and nearly fall over.
What's the matter?
What's the matter? You look like you've seen a ghost.
I have.
Oh, yeah.
I would have never guessed. The apparition hovering a few inches above the pavement is Zero, my poltergeist classmate and childhood friend. I snicker at his obvious jab. He has quite the natural-born talent for it. You're looking as strict and frowny and scary as ever, Zero. Where have you been? I was waiting all night.
Smile for me.
Why don't you smile more often? You look sweeter than candy corn when you smile. Looks like Zero won't be showing me that sweet smile of his tonight. Anyway, I have actually been very busy on a very important errand.
Yeah, right.
You were just out matchmaking again.
Of course.
Of course I was out matchmaking.
Don't you know?
When evil comes knocking, whether due to external forces or a certain summoning incident in lab that we are not going to bring up for yet the 100th time, Zero,
I must do it.
I must quell the beast by finding its one true love. After all, I am the one and only Evillan Nightshade, da-da-da-da, best matchmaker in Dwimmermere High. Again, Dumby, you're the only matchmaker in Dwimmermere High. Naturally, I'm so superb at matchmaking, no one dares to compete against wonderful me. I like our characters so far. Zero brings his hands together, slowly and horribly, in 1, 2, 3 sarcastic claps.
So?
May one inquire if the one and only Evillan Nightshade found any time between helping the undead find love and romancing evil spirits to study for her exams. Exams?
Yes.
Exams.
Of course.
Oh, of course I have, silly.
Yes.
They're probably bookmarked in my calendar.
Well,
I just haven't had the time to really buckle down with a good witch's brew and a spell book.
I will.
But I will.
Ha ha ha.
Folding his arms, Zero smirks at me with a rather sardonic glint in his ruby eyes.
Ray, tell me.
Does the incomparable Evillan Nightshade thinks her when does the it's too early for this. When, pray, does the incomparable Evillan Nightshade think her exams are?
Huh?
Isn't it Halloween? I'm sure I have much more time than you think.
Wait.
Evelyn, when do you think is Halloween?
Well,
Halloween is the most important day on a witch's calendar. However, these days I've been so busy with matchmaking a certain evil spirit every day seemed just like any other. I cannot say for certain the last time I looked at my day planner, but it couldn't have been that long ago.
maybe.
Halloween is in 2 months, maybe 3, or maybe 4.
Halloween is next week.
Ooh. Yell at me more, Zero. I'm into it. I don't know which is more terrifying, the way Zero is glowering or what he just shouted.
No way!
Next week?
Yes.
Halloween?
I cannot believe.
You forgot your exams, much less Halloween.
What?
But Zero, a lot has happened since the start of the semester, and you know my memory has a tendency to be fickle.
Don't you know?
On the first week, I almost got tangled up in a mistaken identity crisis with a corpse's bride.
Thankfully.
Thankfully, he was understanding once I matched him up with the undead body of his dreams.
And then.
Not long after, an evil spirit tried to banish me for getting his mom a hot date. And then, must I mention a certain summoning incident in lab that is still not up for discussion? Zero sighs with an exaggerated shake of his head.
It isn't.
Your memory isn't bad, it's selective. I throw my hands up in surrender at his comments. Nothing I said was going to break down his wall when he gets like this.
I don't know.
I don't even know what the exams are about.
So,
Exams will be a series of magical obstacle courses. You need to use the magic spells you were supposed to have learned this year to...
Oh, you mean...
Oh, you mean like the glow spell?
yes.
I remember.
I remember Miss Wagwitch cast glow in her first class. The demonstration was absolutely dazzling.
Yes.
About the exams.
Yeah.
Maybe I can cast it too and dazzle the examiners into passing me, the wonderful matchmaker of Domer High. Yeah!
Let me try.
How did she do it? Let me try. Glow! I waved my hands grandly, the way I remember Miss Magwitch doing.
Glow!
Light! Come on, glow! Not a glimmer.
Why?
Zero, care to give me a hint as to why I can't cast glow?
Because.
Because you're a witch. Only true sorcerers can cast spells purely by magic. Witches like yourself must use potions to cast spells.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
I cannot believe.
Have you slept through your classes the whole semester? This is basic knowledge. A sheepish grin spreads across my face before I can stop it. Maybe. I've been staying up pretty late.
May I remind you?
Unless you study properly from now on, you're going to fail your exams and be expelled for being a witch who can't cast one single spell.
Really?
Will they really expel me just because I can't cast a single spell? Zero is looking at me in that horrible way of his again.
Think about it.
You'd be the one and only witch in the entire history of Dormamere High to be unable to cast even a single spell. Being expelled is far from far-fetched. Think about that for a moment. Damn. Reputation.
Help me!
Zero, help me! Teach me to be a spellcasting witch!
Let me think.
Nope.
May I remind you?
Every night for the last 3 months, between all the ghouling around and excessive matchmaking, I kept warning you to prepare for exams. But did you ever listen?
What?
But Zero, you tried to listen to anything while being excessively haunted by an evil spirit.
You said so.
You said the spirit summoning incident was not up for discussion.
Did you?
So, did you ever listen to me? I guess not. I guess not. Let's just be honest. We can't like cutesy our way through the situation. I think he's actually kind of mad this time. So I'm gonna go with guess not. Let's save. How do I save? Ah, you save. Oh, there's no like information. It's just the date and the time. Interesting. All right. Guess not.
It's not.
You're hopeless.
Don't even think you can get me to bail you out this time.
Hmm.
Christmas really is all my fault, huh?
That's right.
And I'm not fixing it for you. I let my shoulders droop.
I understand.
After all, you've done so much already.
I'll work hard.
I'm going to study really hard, harder than ever before, these next 7 days.
And then...
And if that still isn't enough, and we never see each other again after I'm expelled next week, then... I'll miss you, Zero, my dearest friend. I gave Zero a sad little smile, then turned to limp tragically away. 3, 2, 1...
Wait,
Zero.
I
guess I have no choice but to help you once more, but don't count on it happening again.
Thank you.
Really? You will? Thanks, Zero. Oh my god, we're such a manipulator. I spin exuberantly, celebrating my little victory, and throw my arms around him. They slip through him as usual.
Hey!
Hey, quit it. It'll take me ages to reform myself if I get disintegrated so close to dawn. Sorry, I'm so happy I can't help it. You're the best, Zero.
Stop.
I said stop. There isn't much time left before daybreak, and you need all the help you can get.
Pay attention.
I'm only going to explain spellcasting and potions for witches just this once. Okay, your day is divided into 3 segments: early dawn, crimson dusk, and witching hour. Okay. You can pick an activity to spend your time with during each time segment in the activity window. Okay. Make potions, learn spells, and part-time job will advance your time into the next segment, but not buy potions. Okay.
Ah,
Dawn is coming. I'm fascinated by the little tinkling music. It's so pretty. It sounds so spooky too. I love it. Oh, the sound design of this game is very good.
what's the matter?
You look so ephemeral and fragile now, as if the slightest wind could whisk you away.
Because
That's because the sun is nearly up.
that's how it is.
That is how it is for poltergeists like me, doomed for life to only walk the night.
Thank you.
Thank you for helping me tonight, and well, for everything.
Work hard and do your best.
Work hard and do your best. I, for one, would prefer it if you didn't get yourself expelled, if that makes a difference. If it isn't for how transparent he has become, I could almost swear his cheeks are a brighter tinge than before. Tinge brighter. Silently smelling his elusive sweet smile, Zero fades away with the onset of day.
I will.
I will, Zero. I promise. I'll work hard, pass the Halloween exam, and make you proud of me. I will. I swear it. Okay, I like Zero so far. Zero's pretty cute. The windows of my house are brightly lit, and when I try to open the door, it swings inward with ease. Which means...
Damien!
Damien, I'm home.
Welcome home.
Oh, you're adorable. Look at you. You're like a Frankenstein skeleton man. I love it. What? And you have pink hair. It looks so floofy. I just want to pet it. Welcome home, Evillan. I hear my housemate, Damien, shuffling down the staircase, welcoming in with their shy smile.
Help me!
Help me.
Huh?
Oh, tonight didn't go well?
Yeah?
The worst. Tonight was just dreadful. I can, but I don't know if I...
You see,
You see, matchmaking isn't my forte, and, you never needed any help before, so...
No!
No, not matchmaking. Of course I don't need any help with matchmaking.
The best matchmaker in Dwimmermere High.
And I intend to keep it that way. Then...
Well...
Studying. I give myself a fright thinking about the possibility that I might be expelled from school.
Don't you know?
Don't you know that exams are on Halloween, which happens to be next week?
of course.
Of course I do. Everyone does. Hang on.
Wait.
Evelyn, don't tell me you just found out. I look at them teary-eyed. Oh dear. This isn't the most opportune moment to ask, as Damien must be busy with their own studies too. But I gave Zero a promise, and I intend to do everything I can to keep it, and studying together is more fun anyway.
Damien!
Damien, the most dependable and studious friend I have. You're my only hope. Ooh, I just popped my back. That was cool. I'm trying to cuddle up in some blankets. It's cold outside. It's cold inside, too. My housemate looks both embarrassed yet happy at the same time, and that's how I knew I had them exactly where I wanted them.
Really?
Really? I am?
You see,
If I can cram these books all by myself, I'd probably end up setting them on fire, then catch fire, and then die miserably.
please?
You gotta help save me from my ultimate demise, please? Damien hesitates, but only for a second, before nodding, just as I knew they would.
I'll try.
I'll try and do what I can to help you, Evelyn.
Thank you!
Without a moment's notice, I flung my arms around them in a big, tearful hug.
Be careful.
Be careful, I'm still not finished assembling the parts. I jump away at once, careful not to bump off a limb or two.
Alright!
You're already doing maintenance again?
Yes.
Yes, my previous arms were falling off, and one of the knees started creaking, so I had to buy new parts from the human shop. Ah, did you get a good price? Are there any good bargains lately? You can't let Mr. West rip you off. You're his #1 customer after all. I know, this guy better not be getting cheated. Don't cheat him out of his money. He's too cute for that. Get some good bargains there, bud. They give me a small, humored smile.
Yes.
The human shop has an influx of parts that they're selling for cheap because, well, a big pile of human corpses was recently uncovered, or so Mr. West says.
What?
That Mr. West sure is a bit shady, isn't he?
Maybe.
Maybe, but the human parts he sells are fresh and cheap, just like his potions.
Right.
Potions! I snap my fingers with both hands as the next step in my master plan for passing my exams falls into place in my head.
I remember.
That reminds me, I should go to the human shop to buy potions. I'm all out, and I can't cast any spells without them.
All right.
That's a good idea, Evelyn, but are you sure you can afford to?
Why?
Whatever do you mean? Aren't you kind of, broke?
Oh.
You're right.
You've already spent all your allowance on hosting matchmaking parties, right?
Yes.
Yep, that evil spirit only wanted the most fancy stuff, so wouldn't give me a rest until I complied.
How?
Wait, how do you know that?
Well,
Because yesterday you had to borrow money from me for lunch, and a little extra for a light snack.
I forgot.
Ah. Oh, this is bad. Really bad. Even if I do learn enough spells to pass the Halloween's exams, it won't do me a lick of good if I don't have the potions I need to cast them. And there's no way I have enough time to concoct all the potions I will need while cramming spells simultaneously. There has to be another. Evelyn, listen, I have an idea.
Yeah.
Tell me.
maybe.
If you need to earn money to buy potions, maybe you can, try asking Mr. West at the human shop for a part-time job.
How?
Are they hiring?
Exactly.
I heard Mr. West needs more hands that are attached to living bodies, to help out because of that big consignment of corpses the shop received. And with everyone busy studying, I think that you'll have a good shot at getting a job there, if you want to, that is.
Perfect.
I'll head there once
Wait.
after you wake up tomorrow. The sun's shift in tone took me by surprise, to say the least, and I put on a good pouty face.
What?
But
No.
go to bed, Evelyn. You look exhausted, and you need to rest.
What?
But I'm serious.
You see?
If you won't go to bed now, I'm not going to help you.
Wow.
Wow, such a surprisingly assertive threat coming from you. I do what I need to.
All right.
Alright. I know you mean the best for me.
Yes.
Heading to bed now, my liege. I take an exaggerated bow and Damien laughs softly, but doesn't leave their spot until they've gone all the way up the stairs and into my bedroom. Interesting. I think he wanted us out for some reason. Wow. Maybe Damien is right, because he didn't go to bed. He went off somewhere. So I think he's being shady. I'm way too sleepy now to be applying for part-time jobs if I actually want to end up getting hired. And my bed looks so soft and warm and inviting. And my eyelids suddenly feel like a ton of bricks. Tomorrow, I'll work really, really hard tomorrow. Darkness takes me gently into its sweet embrace. Ha! 8 hours of uninterrupted beauty sleep is the most magical spell in the world. I went to bed last night feeling like a lobotomized zombie with a head stuffed full of decomposing brain matter. This morning I stretched out my arms, fully resurrected as the lively and youthful matchmaking genius.
The incomparable. The one and only.
Evillan Nightshade. I sang haughtily as I bounced down the stairs. Good morning, Evillan. You looking energetic?
Yeah.
I am energetic, that's why. I feel like I can take on anyone and anything.
Excellent.
Even Mr. West in the human shop? Huh? Aren't you applying for a job at the human shop today? Since you're broke and need money to buy potions, which you need to cast spells, which you need to pass the exams on Halloween.
Oh.
No wonder I'm in a good mood.
I forgot.
I forgot all about exams and potions and casting spells and being broke. Now I remember, I count each little terrible to-do list item on my fingers, and my cheery good morning evaporates like a fine mist in the morning sun.
See you later.
I'm late, I have to hurry. See you later, Damien.
Yes.
Good luck, Evillan. I hear Damien call softly behind me as I dash out of the house.
All right.
Good luck. Yeah, I'm gonna need it. Ding, ding, ding. The cracked antique bell chimes eerily as I push open the creaky old door of the human shop. Sometimes my brain just makes up words and sentences, and I don't know where it gets that from. The shop is as empty and silent as an open grave, which means it isn't open yet, probably. Looks like I made it just in time.
Hello?
Hello?
Oh my.
Hi, cutie! My, what do we have here? A cutie has happened into my parlor. Behind the shop counter stands a little girl, her chin on the edge of her palm. She's eyeing me up as a spider would to a particularly delectable fly.
Herbie!
Today's produce has just arrived, and it's still fresh, being alive and all. Her voice echoed slightly through the shop, and from somewhere upstairs an unseen voice hollers back. I'm busy, Carmilla. Butcher it yourself. Butcher?
No way.
Wait, I'm not produce.
Mm-hmm.
Really? She tilted her head pointedly to the side with obvious dubious regard.
But
Are you quite certain? You look like a lot of produce to me. You look a lot like produce to me.
no.
I am no mere human.
The incomparable. The one and only.
Evillan Nightshade.
Nightshade, huh? So you're a witch?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know it.
Mm,
Then why haven't I seen you in school before? You go to school too? I don't want to be like, impossible. Everyone knows me. I think it goes along with our character to be like that.
Impossible.
Everyone Jemimir knows me.
why?
How can you be so sure?
Well,
Because everyone has come to at least one of my famous matchmaking parties, of course.
Oh,
Matchmaking? Oh, you're that Nightshade. The charming girl straightens up and dazzles me with a professional sunny smile.
welcome.
Hello there, my name is Carmilla. How may I assist you today?
you see,
I'm looking for a job.
Huh?
If you're a witch, you should know you have exams in 1 week's time.
for the last time.
I am a witch.
Well,
And I know I have exams in a week, but I'm kinda really broke. Those gaudy matchmaking soirees must cost a pretty penny.
yes.
Which means I can't afford to buy potions. Which means you can't cast spells.
Well,
Which means I won't be able to pass exams, even if I know how to cast spells.
Huh?
Even if?
um,
Even though. Which means I watch her swiftly calculate my unfortunate circumstance.
And so,
You'll be the first witch ever to be expelled from Domermeyer High for not being able to cast a single spell.
right.
Exactly. I mean, exactly what I don't want to be.
now,
Well, I understand your trials and tribulations. I can't help you.
Why?
Why?
You know?
You see, Mr. West, the proprietor of the human shop, already has someone to run the store for him, and you're looking right at her.
What?
But I need the money.
Yes?
Who doesn't? At this point, I'm a tad desperate and blurt out the first idea that comes to mind.
Maybe.
Could I maybe work for you?
Mm-hmm.
For me? Both of her eyebrows raise in interest.
Yes.
Someone as talented and clever as you shouldn't be working for others. You should have others working for you instead.
Wait.
You mean as a manager?
You see.
Not simply a manager. Think bigger. Supervisor, director, visionary leader.
You're right.
True, I do belong to an ancient and distinguished noble family.
Yes.
Common people should serve me, not the other way around.
Yeah.
And I can't believe the proprietor is making a girl as beautiful as you stand behind a counter all the time.
Right.
Right, I'm wasting away behind this silly table, aren't I?
Naturally.
Naturally, definitely.
You see.
With your brains and your looks, if the proprietor has you out and about charming the customers, I bet the turnover of the human shop will increase tenfold.
Huh?
Only tenfold?
Of course.
100-fold.
I like it.
You make many excellent points. I like the way you think.
Yeah.
See, I would be quite useful to have working for you.
Please?
Put in a good word for me to the proprietor, please.
Mm-hmm.
I'll try, no guarantees. She winks.
Herbie!
Today's produce wants to work for me and I like her. Can she? What? Work for you? Please? Gosh. Her voice is suddenly so sugary sweet that I feel like a diabetic going into cardiac arrest just listening to it. Oh, alright.
And so,
That means you have to pay her a salary and all. Oh, alright. And that means you also have to give me a raise. Excuse me?
yes.
Because I'm her supervisor now, aren't I? You can't pay me the same as her. What? Oh, alright. Carmilla turns back to me, her hair bouncing lightly against her shoulders. She clasps her hands together dramatically.
Congratulations!
Oh, congratulations on your new job.
Amazing.
Was it magic?
Of course.
Of course it is. Vampiric magic, to put it simply. My very own brand. A devious little notion strikes me.
How?
How did you become so impossibly good at it?
Practice.
Practice. Practice makes perfect, you know.
I'm sure.
You're being way too modest, I'm sure. She purses her lips against the back of her index finger.
Maybe.
Maybe I am, but there's a lot of talent involved too, naturally.
Can you teach me?
Can you even teach it to a witch like me?
Of course.
Of course I can if you want to. Why do you want to learn it anyway?
Well,
I was thinking it might be useful for asking the proprietor for a raise.
yes.
I mean, just for the sake of my Halloween exams.
Carmilla.
I'd be ever so grateful, Carmilla.
Please?
After all, you're the only vampire in this world who is intelligent enough to teach me magic in just a week. Please? She considers me thoughtfully, tapping the tip of her chin before pausing to give me her final verdict.
Oh,
All right.
All right.
It could be you may have some talent for it too. We shall see. Once every day, your character will work part-time and earn money. Okay. While working part-time, some events may occur that can be solved using the right magic spell. Solving these events will earn you extra amount of money. Okay. By choosing part-time job in the activity menu, you can work an extra shift. Okay. Okay. Little Witch Evillan, da-di-da, the one, the only, la-la-la. Today I found out that the proprietor of the human shop is incredibly shady, and his storekeeper is a sweet-talking vampire.
Yeah.
I also got a job so I can buy potions, and a new friend to teach me riveting vampire magic. Yeah! I put my fist into the air, cheering at the sign of my imminent victory. The Halloween exams are going to be a piece of pumpkin pie. Suspicious noises are coming from the dingy back alley behind the human shop. What's going on? Cautiously, I peek into the decrepit alley. A mountain of reanimated corpses and body bags crawling its way to the human shop. From the upper floor of the shop comes the sound of metal and glass crashing onto the floor. What did you say? Not again!
don't you worry.
Don't worry, Herbie. It's only the delivery for today's produce. She giggles while giving me a twinkling glance. Then Carmilla turns her attention to the hideous monstrosity that just made its way to the door.
Now,
Leave out on the doorstep as per usual, Lawrence.
All right.
Okay. mountain of body bags halts and plonks onto the ground. The person who is hauling them straightens up and dusts off his hands. Oh, hey! Hello there, werewolf man. It's a cat boy. Uh-oh. A what?
Wow!
Uh-oh. How cute. A real-life cat boy. I've never seen one up close before, despite being a witch.
Alright!
So many cats, but no cowboys. Plus, you must be a really strong cowboy to carry so many body bags all the way to the shop.
Stop.
First of all, I am not a cat, and second of all, I have a name. Hold out your paws and say, "Yeah, cat boy." I wave my loosely held fists in the air at him, and he puts both hands on his hips and drops his head before letting out a long sigh. Evidently, my frightening appearance has unhinged your wits and with stark terror.
No way!
No way, you don't look frightful at all. Can I give your fluffy ears a pat? Before or after I bite your hand off?
Wow!
Such a feisty cat boy. Again,
I'm
not
a
a cat
werewolf.
boy, a werewolf.
Ah!
Werewolf? Where?
Of
Right
course.
here. He places the tip of his index finger against his chest. You?
Yeah.
Yes, a werewolf, a lichen, a loup-garou, me. But werewolves are all scary and stuff. Precisely. At last you can see the point.
What?
You're not scary at all. You're adorable. You are kind of adorable, though.
Wow!
Look, you're growling again and look like you want to bite someone's hand off.
Because...
Because I do. If you're done infuriating me, I will take my leave. With unutterable dignity, the cat boy, werewolf, strides past me, chin high and ears bristling. How strange. I begin to inquisitively stroke my chin. What? He stops mid-stride. He doesn't like being called that. Yeah, this one. You don't like it when someone calls you cute or adorable, do you? The werewolf can stir up the side of his head in a circular fashion. So kind of you to finally put the pieces together. No, in fact, it makes my temples throb with vicious fury. Sorry, I'll remember not to in the future. Probably. Yeah, respect his boundaries.
Good.
Hang
Hold this.
on, in the future?
Yes.
For sure. You expect,
Why?
for reasons apparent only to yourself, we shall have a cause for further association?
Yeah.
Yeah, I want us to become friends. It's not every day I get to meet a werewolf as cute and as scary and intimidating as you. Alright, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but just this once.
Well.
Your name is Lawrence, right? That's what Carmilla called you earlier.
Yeah.
Indeed, you have the advantage of me.
Right.
What? Oh, my name is Evillan. Evillan Nightshade. The one, the only...
I know.
Yes, I know.
Of course.
You know? You know. Yes, of course you know. I don't want your services, mind you. I already have too many admirers inquiring after me for a chance to scratch my chin or ruffle my ears.
All right.
Don't worry, I won't try to set you up with anyone.
Good.
Good.
Yes.
I'll only try to make you teach me magic spells and potions. Lawrence was starting to nod when he flung his head up in surprise. Let me get this straight. You, a witch, are asking me, a werewolf, to teach you how to brew potions?
Right.
That's right.
Fine.
I see. It's not my hearing that is faulty, but your intellect.
Well.
Well, sometimes I do wish I went to class occasionally.
But...
But what can a werewolf like me teach, even to a truant witch like yourself? You're a werewolf, right? That means you're very strong.
Yeah.
This is true.
And then.
And I have human senses. And look scary and intimidating all the time. Correct again.
Right.
Then teach me spells and potions that will let me be like you.
Yes.
I bet being strong and scary with superhuman senses can help me pass my Halloween exams. I clasp my hands together and shake them up in a pleading fashion. Desperation seems to be an unfortunate, reoccurring theme from Yara lately. It is possible I can do so. It may even be possible you might be able to learn a thing or two if I do.
Yeah.
Hip hip hooray!
But...
But that doesn't mean I'm going to.
Why?
What? Why not?
Now...
What can you possibly offer to make it worth my while? My undying friendship?
No.
Don't need. My eternal gratitude? Useless. My premium 24/7 matchmaking service? Good
No.
grief, no.
Well.
Then what would you like? Meat. Lots and lots of meat. He stretches his arms and folds them behind his head.
You know.
More meat means less time hauling corpses, and I, for one, would welcome the break to do something as simple as teach a few spells.
All right.
Meat in exchange for teaching me spells, huh? Okay, all the meat you can eat for as long as well shall live. You swear?
Yes.
Pinky promise. Oh, Evelyn, don't go around making pinky promises you don't actually want to keep. For a moment, Lauren stands still and silent, obviously awed by the generosity of the one and only Evelyn Nightshade.
All right.
All right, I accept your offer.
Yeah.
I return home tired and footsore, but very, very happy.
Damien!
Damien, I'm back.
Welcome home.
Welcome back, Evelyn. My housemate hurries to greet me, looking a lot sprightlier than they did this morning.
Well,
You finished doing maintenance already?
Yes.
Yes, you were out a rather long time, and I was getting a bit worried. Did everything go well?
yes.
Everything went fantastically. I got a job and made 2 new friends.
Congratulations.
All thanks to your idea, Damien.
Right.
Now I will have the money for potions and 4 people to help me prepare for the Halloween exams. A slight blush dawns their stitched face.
I'm glad.
Tell me, what are your plans for the rest of today? I don't know. Okay, how do we learn spells? Oh, okay, I see. Okay, so we only have these 3 to work with. Clone a body part like your hand while maintaining control over its movements. Interesting. Move objects without touching them, like in a haunting. Summon any vampire-allied nocturnal animal in the vicinity to ask for a favor. And they all require different potions. It looks like he really wants blue. He really wants red. And she really wants purple. Okay, we don't have any potions yet. Can we make potions? I don't really know who I want to go for. Assistance. For your 3rd choice, okay. If you brew 3 different potions, Carmilla will give you 2 random additional potions. Okay, so let's use hers. Can we brew potions? I want the telekinesis, because that sounds cool. So let's get that. Let's get 1 of each. Start. A day has passed by. Witching hour, early dawn. Alright, so about 3 purple. Okay, so it's crimson dusk. Learn spells. Learn kinesis. Clean, clean, clean the house. Evelyn Nightshade, the neat, the tidy.
I'm sorry.
I have to apologize, Evelyn. I always thought you were a thoughtless, bumbling, devil-may-care, air-headed slob.
0.
1 adjective at a time, please.
But
It seems like maybe deep down you're actually a responsible person. Yeah, praise me more.
maybe.
Very, very deep down. Carefully, I climb the ladder, a pail of cleaning equipment in my hand.
How?
Oops. Let's save. We'll do a new save. There we go. How was Damien injured so badly? They said that they were trying to clean the top shelf of this cupboard, but while on the ladder, one of their joints gave out suddenly.
Ouch.
Ouch. Yeah. I sigh. It's rare for that to happen to Damien. They're not even a klutz, so I'm pretty worried.
Oh, now?
Evelyn.
Don't worry.
I'm sure Damien will come home in tip-top shape after their surgery at the human shop.
Right.
So am I.
And then...
And I want to give Damien a big surprise when they get back and find this place all spick and span. Not even a single crumb of meat will be found.
Are you sure?
I think that's very kind of you. Are you sure you'll be fine? What do you mean?
May I remind you?
You're barely keeping your balance on top of that rickety ladder while holding a mop in one hand and a pail of soapy water in another.
Well,
A series of tasks that would challenge even a trained acrobat.
Right.
I am.
Amazing.
Amazingly talented, aren't I?
Don't.
Don't accidentally trip and fall too, Evillan. You're such a worrywart, Zero. I tiptoe on the uppermost ring, straining to reach the corner of the cupboard shelf with my mop.
The incomparable. The one and only.
No accident could possibly happen to Evillan Nightshade, the one, the only. Cockroach! Cockroach!
Careful!
Watch out! I flinch away from the creepy crawly and simultaneously lose my balance. For one dizzying moment, I am in free fall. An unseen force catches me midair.
Huh?
Huh? I'm floating? Weighed up midair by an invisible wave as my mop and pail on either side of me. Buoyed up in midair by an invisible wave, as are my mop and pail on either side of me. Slowly the force ebbs away, settling me and my mop and pail gently on the floor. My brain rattles inside my skull as I recover from the fall.
Well...
What happened?
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness I caught you in time. You scared me to death. But Zero, you're a poltergeist. Unless you want to turn into one, don't ever do something so...
Wait.
Wait, that's it. I'm an idiot. I should have taught you telekinesis. Telekina what?
That's right.
It's a poltergeist spell that allows you to move physical objects about, like slamming doors in empty rooms, breaking plates, plunging cosmetic boxes into ponds, or catching witches falling from ladders,
Precisely.
or controlling a mop and pail into cleaning the cupboard without needing to hold them yourself.
Can you teach me?
Oh, that sounds useful. Teach me, Zero.
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Evillan. I'm going to teach you how to cast telekinesis. New spell acquired. Nice. Okay, we got a spell.
Telekinesis.
Telekinesis. Inch by inch, the mop and pail rise up from the ground like zombies from the grave. Dip the mop into the pail, take the mop out.
Well done.
Not bad.
Da-dee-da.
Wipe the mop on the shelf.
But
Oop. With such a spell as telekinesis, concentration is absolutely key. How strange. There's a round button-like thing. You instantly lose it.
Huh?
It's moving. The spell breaks. Ah! Cockroach, it flies! Zero, it's flying! Mop and pail drop as a small brown creature whirs through the room before propelling up and out the open window. Telekinesis. Zero catches the mop right before it lands on my head, and a look of relief crosses his face briefly.
Huh.
Telekinesis isn't the easiest spell to cast, especially when you're casting it for the first time. I'm being frightened by flying cockroaches.
Well,
That too. When you've quite recovered, shall we try again? After an hour under Zero's tutelage, I used telekinesis to clean, not just the cupboard, but every nook and cranny of the kitchen.
Yes.
There, when Damien returns. Evillan, I'm home. They're
Yeah.
back.
Can
I stay? I'd like to see the look of surprise on their face too.
Of course.
Thank you all for all your help, Zero.
Apologies.
I'm sorry I caused a mess in the kitchen earlier due to my accident. I'm going to clean it up right away, don't worry.
Oh,
Evillan and Zero, what are you? And why is the kitchen... Oh. We cleaned it for you. Today I went to work. Nothing special happened and I earned a good amount of pocket money. Good.
Zero.
Zero, guess what?
what?
Come on.
Guess.
Fine.
Neither you nor I have the time to... Fine, I'll guess.
Yes.
He squints at me skeptically.
Did you?
Did you just set the kitchen on fire again, making scrambled eggs?
Huh?
What?
Well,
Well, did you?
No.
No.
I see.
Then I suppose you must have caused an explosion akin to that when you put the wrong ingredient into your potion and burned down your flat.
No way.
I didn't do that either, jeez.
Don't tell me.
Don't tell me you accidentally summoned that 36-armed tentacle demon again while trying to practice spells.
No, no, no.
No.
In that case,
In that case, I'm surely out of possible ideas. With much enthusiasm, I whip out a peace sign and angle it stylishly against my face.
Right.
I'm ready to learn the glow spell.
may I remind you?
Might I remind you that the glow spell is the very first spell that Estrella taught you at the start of the year.
Yes.
Uh-huh, that's the one. Let's do this.
Ugh.
Looks like it only took you 9 months to get ready to learn it. Excellent progress, Evelyn. At this rate, you'll pass the Halloween exams with flying colors. You think so too, huh? He was being sarcastic.
The incomparable. The one and only.
It's quite natural to find yourself speechless in front of a witch as brilliant as the one, the only, Evelyn Nightshade.
I admit it.
I admit you often introduce me to speechlessness.
What?
But I need you to teach me a spell at some point, you know?
That's right.
We don't have time for sarcastic banter with each other.
Pay attention.
Prepare yourself, Evelyn. I'm going to teach you how to cast glow. New spell acquired. Nice. Okay.
Glow.
Ooh, an orb of pure golden brightness flowers in the cusp of my palms. At first, it's faint and nebulous. With each beat of my heart, the light shines more and more radiantly.
0.
0!
Right.
I did it! I spin around in delight and find Zero watching me with one of those rare, sweet, wistful smiles of his.
Well done.
Yes, well done, Evelyn. Aww. I don't understand why, but seeing Zero smile always makes something twist inside my heart. Praise me!
I did.
I just did.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, praise me more.
Maybe.
Maybe I will, if you pass your exams, that is. Aww.
Work hard and do your best.
Work hard, Evelyn. It all depends on you from here on out. The more I look at his smile, the more I find the secret hollow in my heart twisting more sharply than usual. Turning away from him, I toss the glowing orb up into the quiet evening sky.
Anyway.
Now it's your turn. Hmm?
Come on.
Come on, my glow must be feeling lonely up there all by itself.
Yeah, right.
The moon and all the stars to keep it company?
Well.
They're so far away, Zero. You're right here. Quietly, so very quietly that I'm not sure I really did hear it, a soft whisper.
All right.
For you, Evelyn. Aww, he likes us. This guy makes me think of my husband, Gob Gob. This is very much our relationship. So I think I'm gonna end up going with Zero, because he's really fun. He's got a lot of sarcastic wit and banter. But he cares about us all the same. From behind me, an orb of azure light floats past, drifting up and up to join its golden counterpart.
You know.
Mortals call them ghost lights, will-o'-the-wisps. Huh? Every poltergeist can cast the spell. Malevolent ones would cast them before unwary travelers, using its light to lure them from the road and perish in quaking bogs and silent dark tarns. When darkness is all around you, you will find it can be worse to travel with a light that is unreliable than with no light at all. Somehow, Zero's voice carries a hint of bitterness with it. I can't help but lean forward to try and put my head on his shoulder.
Hey!
Whoa, hey! Sorry. You know better than to do that.
Well.
I can't help it. You're my reliable light, Zero. What?
Don't you know?
You're a glowing blue poltergeist. She's always looking out for me. So you can't blame me if I keep wanting to lean on your shoulder.
You can't.
Well, you can't. You'll fall right through and disrupt my form in the process. Just like now, huh? I grin at him, but his smile is nowhere to be found, although his cheeks seem to be tinged with a faint blush.
So?
You've learned how to cast glow. Our lesson is over. I'm heading off before you do something stupid again.
0.
Zero! He dematerializes in front of my eyes.
0.
Aww. Feeling a little crestfallen, I set off in the direction of my house. Just before I'm about to leave, I pause and look back one last time. The two glowing orbs, gold and blue, are still adrift in the evening sky. The corners of my mouth curl upwards. I continue on my way, my steps lighter than before. Cute. Okay. October 24th. Can we buy some potions? Hello there. How may I assist you today? Let's buy some blue potions. How many? One blue potion costs 5 coins. I could save and get 3 blue potions. Let's save and get 3 blue potions. Come again. Okay, yeah. Let's see. We need to make some potions. You create blue, blue, and blue, and we'll do that one. Oh, we got him as an assistant. 0 will double your potion's output. Interesting. Okay, so what if we do this? We do this. Two, 2, and 2. Very good.
Da-dee-da.
Can't find my books. Da-dee-da. Must be stolen by crooks. You probably left them in the bag you lent to your roommate. I squint while protruding my lips and holding my chin in my hands as I think hard on mentally retracing my steps from not so earlier today.
Wow!
I did do that, huh? Wait, Lulu, when did you get here?
What?
It's
Yourself.
Lawrence. Lawrence. Watch yourself, witch. Lawrence takes a moment to pause and sniff the air. The way his nose twitches is way too adorable. Or the next time you have eggs and bacon, I'll be coming to claim some for myself.
How?
How'd you know all this? Creepy. It's
No.
not... He sighs and pinches the bridge of his nose.
Again.
In case you forgot, again, I am a werewolf. We have the best sense of smell in all of Halloween Town.
Now.
I caught your scent near West Shop, but it was muddled with several different people mingling there at once. Since the Frankenstein's creature came in not long after, you so easily gave them your bag without a second thought, I assumed you lived together.
But.
Although I could imagine you doing something like that regardless.
Wow!
We do, actually. That's some pretty impressive detective work. Sight is deceptive, but scents never lie.
Oh.
Oh, hey, do you know where Damien is now?
Help me.
Help me track him down. I need my stuff for my next class.
Do it yourself.
Find them yourself.
How?
Huh? How am I supposed to do that? I throw out my arms in a greatly exasperated manner and look at my werewolf companion with a huge pout on my face.
Like,
Not everyone has an all-seeing and all-knowing magic nose like you do. Well, you did ask me to teach you magic, didn't you? Are you gonna make my nose super sensitive?
I'll show you.
Then buckle up, Buttercup. I'll show you how to follow a scent the way I can use the spell scent track.
well,
Oh, it consumed a yellow potion. Do we need potions for it?
Of course.
Yes. I happen to be out of them.
Fine.
Fine, then I'm gonna help you just this once.
thank you.
Thank you, Lawrence. I'll learn the spell another time. Oh, okay, so we didn't make a yellow potion for him. That's okay, we're not going after him anyways. We're not going after him. We're going after... Whale. Let out a screech that can break glass or deafen anything. Philosophize. Brings you superior intellect and empathy, allowing you to reason with corpses. Interesting. We're out of yellow. Oh, let's do float for a short while. That's cool. Climb up any nearby surface, even walls and ceilings. Alright, let's stay with him.
0.
0, I've been thinking.
Well done.
Splendid. Will it become something you intend to do on a regular basis?
Right.
You've been around Halloween Town for ages, haven't you?
Yes.
You could say that.
Well,
Remember when we first met that night a century ago? I was a snotty little kid.
Why?
Why the past tense, Evelyn? And when I suddenly saw you glaring and hovering right in front of me, I burst into tears.
I
wasn't glaring, and I clearly remember I apologized repeatedly.
right.
You did. I stopped crying because it looked like I was scaring you even more than you were scaring me.
admit it.
Not the glorious highlight of my career as a poltergeist, I will admit. A snicker escapes my lips.
Well,
Pretty glorious to look back on now, though.
anyway,
You probably know all kinds of things about Halloween Town. Probably.
like,
Such as the generations of students who attended Dormermere High,
Yes.
a school of long and distinguished history,
and then,
and the graduation exams they had to take every Halloween.
I see.
Ah, yes, I see what you're after now.
can you teach me?
Teach me, Zero. Teach me a spell that will help me pass all the Halloween exams.
Unfortunately,
No such spell exists.
that's how
Estrella
it
does a great job at managing the nature and layout of the exams year by year, and the obstacles she sets are unpredictable, even to me.
No way.
Alas, alack! Oh, woe is me!
But,
However, One test I noticed she's particularly fond of is to devise a monster that will try to obstruct the student.
Yeah.
How scary. What's this monster's weakness? It's
Let
difficult
me
to say.
Mm-hmm.
On some years, the monster she used was weak to fire. On others, weak to ice.
Maybe.
Some can only be overcome by magic. Others had to be stopped with physical objects. How depressingly unpredictable. In a great show of exasperation, I throw my hands into the air and knock back my head.
No way!
There's no shortcut to passing, huh?
Actually,
But come to think of it, none of them are invulnerable to noise. I perk back up. Noise?
yes.
I can teach you Wail, a spell that lets you emit a screech so loud it deafens and stuns anything within hearing range.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hold on. Gotta take a call. Ooh, alright. Thank you for letting me take that break for a second. Just needed that. Needed to get a phone call taken care of. It also temporarily blocks your ears so you won't become part of the afflicted party. Hellhounds, imps, harpies, even dragons. Hit any of them with Wail at full blast and they'll need a minute or 10 to regain their senses.
Maybe.
I could buy you the breathing room you need to get away. Oh, it could buy you the breathing room to get away.
Right.
That sounds useful. Wait, did you say dragons?
Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry about that. The school made her stop using them on students after too many concerned parents complained.
Pay attention.
Anyway, prepare yourself, Evillan. I'm going to teach you how to cast Wail. New spell. Sweet. Ready?
Wait.
1 second. Your neighbors
Yes.
have been warned and are out walking their hellhounds.
Mm-hmm.
Damien
Yeah.
has taken off their ears.
Hmm.
Okay, good. Zero stops his ears with his fingers and scrunches his face.
All right.
Now.
Ah!
Yeah! Judging by the expression of excruciating pain on Zero's face, Wail is even more powerful than I ever imagined.
Stop.
Enough, stop. I was just starting to have fun.
Stop it.
Any louder and you'll cause nearby windows and mirrors to shatter.
Think
Not to mention all
about
those
it.
vials of potions you stocked up. Wouldn't want to repurchase all those for the exams, now would you?
No.
Oh, no. Was I really that loud?
Yes.
You were. Be sure to use Wail carefully and sparingly. Zero folds his arms, looking quite pleased with himself.
Huh.
Ha! I'd love to see the look on Estella's face when she finds out her precious monsters can all be beaten by someone screaming very, very loudly. You know, Zero, I'm surprised you're on first name basis with Miss Magwitch. She's so forbidding and severe to everyone. I think it's supposed to be foreboding.
Because.
That's because you haven't known her since the first day she arrived at Halloween Town, lost and penniless and running away from a broken heart. Miss Magwitch, broken heart? How? Who? Why? When?
Don't.
I'm not going to gossip with you about your superiors. Practice the spell a couple more times when nobody's nearby, obviously.
And then.
And then, when the day of reckoning comes, wail and watch Magwitch's monsters flee in terror.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright. Looking around the human shop, all I can see are couples that should be together, if only I could give them a nudge in the right direction. Aw, this sucks. Why do I have to work when I have such an important higher calling? No, bad, Evillan. I have to study. I looked in at my open spell book, which sits on the counter. Mr. West told me I could study here until someone came to the register, and memorizing ingredients shouldn't be too hard. Right?
Well.
Let's see. Pumpkin root mixed with cherry eye? What's that? Oh wait, it says walleye. Who decided that learning potions meant reading anyway? All you do is dump a bunch of junk in a pot, so you should be able to wing it. Ugh, what's the point of studying? They're both the same, aren't they? How am I supposed to pick? I lift my head and watch Carmilla flip between the shelves. When she spies the customer, there's a smile curling up on her face with the glint of something in her eyes. She beelines towards him, then gently places a hand on his back.
My dear.
Oh dear, it's just packaged fingers.
You know?
Don't make the decision any harder than it has to be. They're both fine products. You notice the one on the left is dried, while the right is fresh.
I'm sure.
Still, I'm sure a capable mage such as yourself will use both to its fullest potential. Oh, alright, I'll take the both. I knew you were something special when I first saw you, darling. Her hands slither up the customer's back, then drapes around his shoulder. Carmilla pulls in closer to him, and a dark blush creeps up on his neck as she does.
But, you know.
But you don't want your ingredients in just any old cauldron, do you?
Am
We
I
recently
wrong?
started carrying magical implements, and a miracle worker of your caliber deserves the best of the best. Or am I wrong? Oh, alright, you have a point. You see, I'm making a... This continues for at least a good half hour. I'm absolutely mesmerized as I watch Carmilla direct him around the shop, whispering sweet suggestions in his ears. Eventually, I can't even see the customer's face behind the pile of goods in his arms. And as expected, it takes forever to ring everything up when they finally arrive at the counter.
Thanks for your purchase.
Thanks so much for your purchase, doll. Don't be a stranger, you hear? Of course not, Miss Carmilla. I'll be back next week. No, tomorrow. I'll never go anywhere else. I knew you had a remarkable taste. Thanks again. After the man pays, I watch, mouth hanging open, as he stumbles off with half the store in tow. There's a sudden gentle pressure on the bottom of my jaw as Carmilla closes it with her finger.
My dear little.
Oh, little witch, don't tell me you've fallen for me too.
No way!
But I think anyone who wasn't as powerful as I am would have been falling all over themselves by now. You were amazing.
What?
But that wasn't all just you, was it? For someone who rarely studies, you've got keen intuition.
You're right.
You're absolutely right. Indeed, he liked me just fine, but I may have given him a teensy nudge.
Right.
A magical nudge, right?
Correct.
Correct.
You know?
To elaborate for you, my struggling employee, we vampires have a natural ability to enthrall and hypnotize mortals or the lesser undead at our leisure, a spell you may refer to as enthrall.
Now.
If there's so much as seed of potential for that feeling to flourish, we can... Smiling, she mimes the bloom of a flower with both hands.
Now.
Help it sprout, so to speak.
Like,
So you're saying you can make anyone... instantly make anyone like you? The endless possibilities soon rack my brain. Imagine what a distinguished matchmaker, that's me, could do with a spell like...
Not quite.
Not quite, love.
Now.
We can't do anything at all against those indomitable wills, such as yourself, nor can we replace genuine feelings of friendship, or love either, for that matter. But
And
enthrall?
so.
But enthrall makes friendship easy to imitate, so I try to be a little nice about it. It makes the job and other things much easier after all.
wow!
I see, no wonder Mr. West has been singing your praises. Has he now? Oh.
I suppose.
I suppose I am his best saleswoman, and I work here just for fun, not like you, my dear.
Yes!
It's super hard, Camilla. I wish I was even half as beautiful and talented as you. She straightens up, places a hand against her cheek, and turns away to hide in her cape's collar. Carmilla's good at dishing out compliments, but she can't really take them, huh? Cute.
Oh my.
Oh my, I suppose you do have a little potential. Tell you what, you've been poring over those books for hours, so I'll give you a real lesson as a reward for your flattery.
Alright!
I'm at your disposal, my lady. I take an exaggerated bow and grin up at her. She immediately clasps both hands together.
My dear.
Oh, you're so cute, I could just eat you up. Just don't think I'll go easy on you because of that.
Listen carefully.
Alright, listen carefully. I'll teach you how to cast Enthrall. Hey, new spell. Okay, I was worried that we would have a hard time getting spells, but it seems like when we interact with the people in general, they have spells to teach us. I wonder what the test is gonna look like. We get to work. Camilla points out a page in my book with a potion of enthrallment, then steers me around the store so I can collect the ingredients myself. I think I learn better by doing things. It's easier to remember what everything is when I'm physically holding it as well as being coached by someone else. Brewing takes a while, so Carmilla moves around helping other customers. Still, she manages to check in on me now and then. At one point, she sees my progress and even nods in satisfaction.
Well, that's everything.
And that's everything. Now drink it all up, dear. That's the only way it'll work. I wrinkle my nose at the smell like 2 or 3 perfumes that should never mix, but still pour the potion down my throat.
Enthrall!
Enthrall.
How do you feel?
Kind of tingly?
Wonderful. Now,
That at least sounds correct for another being. Now wait until someone comes in to... Don't worry, I already have someone in mind. A mischievous grin slides across my lips as I call upstairs to Mr. West.
Come on!
Hey, Mr. West! My voice echoes through the shop, but it's nothing like the one that booms back at me. What?
Yes!
I need a raise. Huh? No way, newbie. You just started here. Get back to work. I blink in confusion, then exasperated, I turn back to Carmilla.
Huh?
Wow, why didn't it work? Oh, my poor sweet student.
practice.
It's your very first time enthralling. It takes significant practice to make it work on someone like grumpy old Mr. West. You would need to be almost as excellent as moi. Aww.
Don't you worry.
But don't we worry your pretty little head one bit, my dear. Carmilla gives me a few short pats on the top of my head.
You know?
The lovely Carmilla will teach you all sorts of things, and you'll be rolling in the dough in no time at all. How does that sound?
Wow!
Great, you really are the best, Carmilla.
Oh my.
My oh my my. I think I'm going to enjoy watching your progress, Evillan.
My dear little witch.
Let's continue to work hard. Can't have you failing those exams, no? Yeah, okay, so I need to get yellow potion and blue potion. Yeah. Make potions. What do we have to make? 3 yellows. No. Here. Lawrence will triple your potion's output for your 3rd choice. So let's go with that. Let's create. Okay. Nice. Since there were basically no customers, I was lounging near the cash register and flipping through a magazine. That's when I got interrupted by someone clearing their throat. Glancing up, I saw Damien, who looked extremely uncomfortable. After my usual dance around them and them shying away, they finally confessed to having lost an ear that they were now looking to replace. Rummaging through the ear storage, I found the following: a way too big ear, an ear for the wrong side, half of an ear, and an ear without a dozen piercings in it. In other words, I may have found nothing at all. Soon after Damien left, combing their hair over their missing ear, Mr. West showed up to tell me a valued customer had ordered one earlier, and that he put it in the fridge so I wouldn't accidentally sell it. Rats, I wish he'd said something sooner.
Zero.
You know, Zero.
Yes.
Yes, Evillan?
Well,
I've been thinking. I know very little about you, don't I?
That's right.
You know very little about everything, Evillan. That's why you're in such an imminent danger of flunking your exams and getting expelled from Dormamere High.
Speaking of which,
Speaking of which, how far did you progress with tonight's study plans?
um,
You've been by my side the whole time. You probably know the answer to that question better than I do.
oh yeah.
Do I? In which case, I must warn you that unless you start studying seriously and stop wasting time asking inane questions...
right.
That's just it. I fold my arms across my chest in the most exasperating expression I can muster. Zero isn't escaping this time.
Huh?
Huh? Whenever I bring up the topic of your past, you try to deflect it and change the subject.
Do I?
Do I now?
Yes.
You do, Zero. You're my oldest friend, and I want to know more about you.
What?
But if you don't wish to tell me anything, all you have to do is say so, and I'll stop, because I respect your privacy. Yeah! We're curious about you, but we're respecting your privacy.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't a matter of privacy. He lets out a defeated sigh.
Actually,
The reason that I don't like to talk about my past is hardly that glamorous. I simply haven't much of a past to talk about. Really?
What?
But you've been a poltergeist for quite a long time, haven't you?
yes.
For much, much too long.
My earliest memories.
My earliest memories were of haunting the north part of the graveyard in the name escapes me.
It was.
It was a quaint little English village.
I remember.
I remember the vane on the church steeple aglim in midday, and the low, sad chimes of the church bell telling the hour to those whose time no longer meant anything. His eyes are hazy like the night sky as he reminisces about the distant memories of his past.
Oh.
It sounds so peaceful there. He whips his head up towards me, my comment having broken him from his trance.
No.
Peaceful? It was so unbearably boring that it drove me out of my mind.
Eventually.
One fine night, I couldn't stand it much longer and left.
Mm-hmm.
I went here and there, haunting whatever took my fancy. Lonely, windswept roads, crumbling, disused castles, and Dark, quaking tarns. I don't know what a tarn is. Were you fond of those days? Not a bit.
In the past.
I was light and free and at a loss, so to speak. I drifted aimlessly wherever the wind blew. One evening I wound up here in Halloween Town.
Actually,
I hadn't planned to stay around than I did anywhere else, but for one reason after another, I was never able to get around to leaving. Eventually, I just got used to the idea of living here. Is there anything you miss?
Like,
Is there anything you miss from where you were, from where you came from?
I've forgotten.
If there is, I've forgotten. I know I once missed my family and friends in the slow, bitter nights when I was alone. Now I can't remember their names or their faces or what their laughs sound like. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
Don't worry.
A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and a good thing at that. I gaze into Zero's eyes, which have now become low and smoldering like embers about to die. Instinctively, I reach out to touch him, but check myself at the last moment. Zero observes this with a sad smile. What does that mean?
What?
What does what mean?
well,
That the thing holding you is losing its grip. What does that mean?
That means...
It means my memory is weakening in my old age, which is pardonable since I have been in Halloween Town long before you were even born.
But...
But you, my dear Evillan, are young, and unless your memory starts improving dramatically and with great haste, you will fail your Halloween exams and get expelled from school. Fine, be that way. I turn to my books in a huff. Just as I'm about to lift my pen, Zero speaks up.
Thank you.
Thank you, Evillan. What for?
Never mind.
Nothing, never mind. Aww. We spend the rest of the night in companionable silence. I think I have a good shot with Zero. Okay. Let's learn a spell. Lets you float for a short while. We can learn hover. Crawl. I really like crawl. I kind of want to learn crawl. Fireball. And then chill. Let's learn. Let's see, float for a short while. Let's learn crawl. Crawl sounds good. But if we learn crawl, are we gonna like drift off his path and then he won't like us anymore? Maybe I should just stick with hover. I really want to get Zero at the end of this. So that's gonna cost 2 blue and 1 purple. So next time I get to do something, I need to make more blue potions. It's probably good to have at least 3 of each potion. Alright, let's learn hover.
Zero!
Look at the geese. Off they go for winter vacation. Above us, a flock of geese are winging southward. The pattern of their flight moves light and graceful against deepening twilight. You know, I sometimes wonder what it would be like to be a bird flying in the south, crossing roaring dark seas and never-ending desert dunes.
Yes.
The ruins of forgotten cities and new towns bursting to life. And through orchards and caravan trails and even sparkling little oases and over the high, lonely veldt and bloom. Zero and I are silent for a moment as we contemplate how wonderful the bird's annual pilgrimages must be.
Unfortunately...
Sadly, I do not know any spell that lets you turn into a wild goose, but...
Well...
Do you want to know how it feels to be airborne?
Can you teach me?
You can teach me a spell to fly? Really?
No.
Almost. I can teach you a spell that allows you to hover. You won't grow wings or dance in the sky or feel the shouting wind sweep against your face.
But
hover will let you slip the surly bonds of the earth for a time.
Zero!
Teach me to hover.
all right.
Prepare yourself, Evillan. I'm going to teach you how to cast hover. Yay, new spell.
Hover!
So with some dull and heavy force, which I hadn't realized was dragging me down all this time, begins to fray. My shoulders feel light, as though I had slipped off a bag full of stones.
Zero!
My feet, there.
Yes.
No longer touching the ground. Yes, we have liftoff.
Don't worry.
You'll find it difficult to keep upright in the air on your first attempt. Don't worry, it's perfectly natural.
Zero!
Zero, I'm flying. I'm flying. I fling my arms out wide as if they were wings, the dry autumn breeze caressing my face, hair, my skin.
All right!
Geese, oh you silly geese, watch this. I darted at the small clutch of wild geese circling above, watching me half in askance and half in curiosity. As I inched closer, the eruption and cacophony of indignant cries and dart off in every direction. They leave me gasping with laughter.
Yes!
I can fly, I can fly. Zero, let's fly south too.
Unfortunately.
If only we could. Huh? What's happening? My arms feel heavy.
Don't.
You've done extraordinarily well for someone who has cast hover for the first time. Don't push your luck, Evillan. It isn't safe to try to climb any higher. Why not? I'm going to keep flying.
Well,
Time for you to come back down to Earth before Earth drags you down and makes you flatter than a pancake. Flatter than a pancake?
that's how it is.
That's what happens when you run out of magic and gravity takes its revenge.
Pay attention.
This is hover, not insubstantiate. You still have a physical form after all. Ah! Reluctantly, I give in to the forces pulling that seem to intent to bring me down from the air.
You know.
Those who just learn hover usually cannot keep airborne higher than a few inches and longer than a few seconds.
But
With more practice, you can go higher and longer, but you will have a limit, as do I. Even you? My feet once again brush the ground. I find myself doubled over and panting as though I'd just run a marathon.
of course.
Of course, at your altitude just now, we poltergeists can use hover pretty much indefinitely, but even we have a limit to how high we can reach before our magic fails us. When we cast hover, we use supernatural magic to surpass the limitations placed on us by nature for a minute, an hour, a day. But they're flight, Evillan. We turn to watch the last little specks of the flocks of wild geese disappearing from view into the horizon.
Yes.
It's a magic all of its own. Yeah, flight's cool. I wish I could fly. Da-di-da, got no money, da-da-da, got bad grades. Please, please come to my aid. I swoop around the corner just to catch Damien sitting near the stairs. What are they up to today?
Phew.
Oh, almost finished.
Just one more.
Just one more after this, around the knee.
Damien!
Hi, yeah.
Ah,
Oh. I open my palms like a baseball catcher, half expecting one of their eyes to pop out in surprise. Thankfully, everything stays put this time.
please don't.
Please don't sneak up on me like that. Sorry, I didn't know you were so focused.
What?
What are you doing? I thought I heard a whoop. To imitate the sound, I zip my arms out in a long, exaggerated stance.
Oh,
That was... Damien moves aside to reveal a disembodied human leg. A needle and thread is moving on its own to stitch up a cut just below the... Wait, hold on. Moving on its own?
Wow!
Demon, you never told me you could do magic.
oh.
Oh, that's... It's just an
nothing
enchantment my
special.
maker taught me. It's nothing special.
Whoa.
Hey, it's still more than I can do.
It's a magic spell.
No, really, it's nothing special. Just the stitch spell. I could teach you to do it too. I mean, if you want, that is.
Thank you!
Really? Yes, thank you, Damien.
What?
But what if this was from someone who was causing you problems? You know you can talk to me, right?
Huh?
Problems? I gestured at the detached leg, which is obviously not in the great shape. If someone
Like-
did this to you, they'll definitely be hearing from me.
It's
Oh my
not like
gosh. No, not like that at all.
that.
Some of the parts I get from Mr. West, the human shop, are just a bit,
You
bargain
see.
quality, you see? Damien fidgets, trying to find a way to convey their meaning without saying a single bad word about Mr. West.
Oh! You mean...
So you mean they're all as... Whoa. So you mean they're all a bit as worn and banged up as this guy?
Yes.
In a matter of speaking, yes.
Uh,
Naturally sourced can imply a lot of things.
anyway.
Just watch this. Damien collects the needle from the leg and threads it. They remove a small pink vial from their ribcage and dip the end of the thread in the liquid, murmuring an incantation. I think I've heard this somewhere. Perhaps in class once, before I fell asleep. Almost instantly, the needle leaps from Damien's fingers and begins working on stitching shut a cut above his knee.
Wow!
Wow, Damien, that's amazing.
Let me try.
Let me try.
Sure.
Sure, I bought some hands that need some stitching. There's an extra vial of ichor in the bag, too. You can... I swoop over to said bag. Try on those. I'm glad you're so enthusiastic.
After all.
Why wouldn't I be? You're an awesome teacher. They look a bit flustered by my last remark.
Watch closely, please.
I'll try and teach you how to cast Stitch. New spell.
Stitch!
So I just hold it like this and Stitch. Following Damien's example, I make the wound begin to stitch itself back up.
Damien! happen?
Damien, I'm doing it. It's working perfectly. It's... The fingers suddenly start moving and the hand springs up at me.
Ah!
Be careful.
Evillan. Without a word, Damien, my sweet, shy little Damien, charges forward like my valiant knight. They smack down that nasty palm as if it were an insect with a rolled up newspaper from the table nearby, and the hand collapses.
Are you all right?
You have to be careful with the intonation of animation spells. You may end up raising something. Noted.
What?
Sorry, I'll be super extra careful from now on. But I jump up at Damien and pull him into a hug.
Wow!
That was really cool, Damien. The way you went flying with your magic newspaper.
Thank you.
Thank you for saving me.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
What?
But that wasn't much, really. My maker, he'd just do that whenever spells got out of control, so... What's wrong?
It's nothing.
It's nothing, but I think that concludes our lesson for the day. I think it concluded when that hand died back there. Damien tenses up at the word died. I'm kind of curious, but my people's skills tell me they aren't ready to talk about it, so I bit my tongue and pushed back my usual self. Nightshade ways. My usual nightshade ways. For them. Anyway, thank you for the lesson, Damien. Damien doesn't seem to hear me, likely lost in thought, so in an effort to give my dear friend some space, I see myself out. Maybe another time then. Here we got a new spell at least. Okay. So we need to make some potions. We need 2 blues and a red. What if we do red and then blue and then Lawrence? We need, yeah, we have yellow. What if I do this? Yeah, I think that's better. All right. Okay. Let's see. We learn a spell. What day is it? 26. Learn spell. Fireball. This'll work. Learn spells. Evillan Nightshade, the stressed, the worried. I've been wondering, Evillan. What is it?
Well,
Setting aside this Halloween's exams monomania, isn't there a spell that you'd actually like to learn? A spell I'd like to learn?
yes.
Yep, I thought it might be less stressful for you to learn a spell you've always wanted to learn.
Like,
Me such as a spell to make every matchmaking party I have a huge success?
No.
No, anyway, you don't need a spell to manage that. A tinge of pink tickles in my cheeks. Thanks, Zero. I'm by far, without a shadow of a doubt, the most amazing matchmaker in Drummer High, aren't I?
Wait.
That wasn't a... Wait, that was sort of a compliment, wasn't it? Ugh.
it's love, love, love.
Makes the world go round, round, round.
You know.
Let me put it this way. Suppose everyone you know has already found happiness and true love, and there isn't anyone left to matchmake with anybody else anymore.
Right.
I'm trying to get there. You mustn't rush me.
Hey!
That's not what I mean. Keep calm, Zero. Breathe in, breathe out. I slowly move my arms up and down in an alignment with my breathing for Zero to see. His brow twitches slightly at the sight.
That means...
What I wish to say is, given the situation I described just now, wouldn't there be a spell you'd be interested in learning?
Like,
When I was little, do you remember the fantasy stories we would read together? I do. I also recall you were a lot less insufferable then.
yes.
And I love the tales of powerful mages who could call lightning down from the sky, cleave mountains apart, and hurl fiery infernos.
Yeah.
I used to daydream about how cool it would be if I were a mage like that, battling the forces of evil with awesome spells.
Yes.
Summoning lightning and cleaving mountains are a bit advanced at this stage.
But...
But how would you like to learn how to throw fireballs?
Oh.
You mean I can?
Yes.
I do. It's one of the most basic spells there is, and even a chronically truant witch like you should be able to get the hang of it in no time.
Amazing.
Teach me, Zero.
All right.
Alright, prepare yourself, Evillan. I'm going to teach you how to cast Fireball. Nice.
Fireball.
Fireball! As the area between my palms grow warm, a small little sphere of flame flickers to life.
Wow.
Fire! I made a fire! You should have been able to cast this 10 months ago. Well, it's better late than never, I suppose.
Zero.
Zero, follow me!
Huh?
Where are you going? I dashed down the stairs to the kitchen with Zero trailing the air noiselessly behind me.
Fireball!
Zero, watch! Fireball! I tossed the fireball onto the stovetop, which starts burning. I grab a pan, smear some butter on the surface, and crack 2 eggs onto it.
I see.
Ah. I hold the pan over the stove. Soon the eggs are crackling, and a savory smell fills the air.
Yes!
Fireball fried eggs!
Yes.
Yes, quite. Fireball, while primarily used as combat magic, is a favorite of mages who arrange their barbecue on a day with damp weather. Next, I fill a kettle with water and throw in a satchel of tea leaves.
Right.
I'm going to make Fireball boiled tea, too.
Well done.
I'm so glad you're finding so many domestic uses for this spell.
But,
But tell me, Evelyn,
well,
when are you going to give battle? When are you going? Wait, what? When are you going to give battle to a ravening kraken with your fiery inferno? Save a beleaguered city by incinerating hordes of the undead led by an evil necromancer.
Well,
Zero, I know I'm a long, long way from being a true witch. I know I'm starting late, and I know there's so many things to learn in so little time. But I'm trying my best in my own way, and I know how lucky I am to have you here, helping me push through it, Zero.
please?
Will you continue lending me your support like you always have through all this time? So intimate. He stares deeply at my person before nodding gently and nearly hiding his softest smile I've ever seen on him.
eventually.
Yes, I will. Aw, I think he likes us. Mr. West told me to go to the storage room and get a rather specific item for a customer. He gave me very clear instructions about how to navigate the expansive catacomb-like area, but how was I supposed to remember all that? When I found the item I was supposed to get, I caught a glimpse of a pretty dagger just a few shelves over and quickly went to inspect it. But as expected, I found myself utterly lost afterwards. Not knowing how to get back to the stairs, I cast a wail to make noise and waited for Mr. West. When he finally came, he was surprised to see the dagger, which he thought was lost. Thankfully, the joy quickly quenched his anger. In fact, he even gave me a small bonus for finding it. Nice! And we used whale properly. That's cool. Okay, the 26th. We need to learn some more spells. We also need to make some more potions. Can we buy some potions? How am I supposed to do today? I want to buy a blue potion and a red potion, I think. This one. Red potions. Leave. Okay. Yeah, so now let's learn a new spell. Let's learn chill. This'll work.
Zero!
I'm melting.
Yes.
You certainly look like you are.
Help me!
Save me, Zero. Save me before I dissolve into an icky puddle of sweat. I reach towards him dramatically as sweat perspires aggressively on my forehead. My theatrics are of no avail as Zero fixates on something else. The dragons are preparing for their Halloween activities. He peers out the window into the unseasonably balmy evening. I wish this house had air conditioning. As do I. Then you might stop whining about the heat and focus more on passing your exams.
Right.
I got it. I clasp my hands together and give a little pleading pout.
Zero!
Zero, do your magic air conditioning trick. Play please with the pumpkin on top.
For the last time.
For the last time, I'm not a magical air conditioner. I'm a sinister and eerie poltergeist. The magical chill that emanates from me is akin to the deathly chill of an open grave. Like a sinister eldritch air conditioning?
No.
No, not air conditioning of any kind whatsoever. Melting. I really am melting.
Right.
I have an idea, Zero. Teach me how to be sinister and eerie air conditioner.
Huh?
Huh?
I must do it.
The deathly chill of an open grave. I want to know how to emanate it too, until I can afford a place with air conditioning anyway.
Fine.
Fine, if you insist, and if it will stop you from complaining.
I will.
I do, and it will.
Alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, Evelyn. I'm going to teach you how to cast chill. Yay! And that's our last spell from him. So, we have a couple days left still, so let's get some spells from other places too.
Chill.
Chill. I spread my hands out wide. For a second or two, nothing happened. Then,
Oh. All right.
cool, deliciously refreshing and cool.
Well,
Does that mean you'll stop complaining and go back to studying?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks to your nifty spell, I've become Evelyn Nightshade, the studious, the productive once more.
thank Goodness.
Glad to hear. Do your best tonight.
All right.
All right. I turn back to my desk to give the potion book textbook I'm working on my fullest attention.
No way.
You're making weird noises again, Evelyn.
Well,
I'm still casting the chill spell, right? You are, partly. Partly. Well, you haven't been maintaining your concentration on casting the spell just now, so naturally your chill faltered a bit.
no way.
A bit? I'm starting to melt again. Wah.
I guess.
With more practice, I'm confident you'll be able to work on other things while casting chill in the background, like your own personal air conditioner. But for now, it looks like if you divert any tension away from the spell, the chill you cast won't be effective.
Like,
How much more practice? Oh, give it 2 or 3 years, maybe 4.
no way.
I'm doomed.
Well,
Oh well, since I won't be able to study tonight anyways, I might as well just focus on casting chill and enjoy the delicious cool air.
Hey!
No, you don't.
I knew it.
I knew this would be the case from the start. My sinister, eerie air conditioner. Zero sighs and spreads his hands. Instantly, the room becomes a degree Celsius or 2 cooler. Well, can you study now?
thank you.
Thanks, Zero. You're the best.
Stop it.
I'm not doing it for you. It's only because there isn't any other way to get you to study, and your position is quite desperate enough as it is. But that's still doing it for me, though.
Go away.
That's only because I don't want to be known for being friends with the witch who couldn't pass her Halloween exams. I'm happy you're my friend, Zero.
Stop.
Pipe down and go back to studying, Evelyn. And so we spend another tiring but productive night in preparing me for my upcoming exams.
0.
0, I figured it out.
How?
How to pass your Halloween exams?
Oh.
No, how to hug you. To hug me?
Yes.
Yep.
I'm
sorry, I don't follow.
Well,
I can't hug you. Whenever I try to, I end up messing up your essence, right?
That's right.
Right, Evelyn. Very annoying, too. Because I'm made of flesh and blood, while you're a spirit of ether and magic. Taking you that long to figure out, has it? Almost 180 years.
what?
But listen to this.
Well,
I'm all ears, for better or for worse. What if I turn into a spirit of ether and magic, too?
good
Oh,
heavens.
good heavens, Evelyn. The Halloween exams are difficult, but they're not lethal. You won't be facing any obstacles that could actually kill you, you know.
No.
I don't mean that.
I see.
Then you've lost me.
Can you teach me?
I mean, teach me a spell that I can transform into the best matchmaker in Dormamere, me, into a poltergeist like you. That's actually not a terrible idea, come to think of it.
All right.
It could be pretty useful to you for the exams.
Yes.
Then there is a spell that will let me transform into a spooky spirit version of myself. My choice of words make him roll his eyes before continuing his explanation. Almost. Insubstantiate will make your ghost form-like. You'll be able to walk through walls, turn invisible, and hover in midair, just like any poltergeist.
All right.
That sounds super cool. Teach me the spell, Zero.
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Evelyn. I'm going to teach you how to cast Insubstantiate. Nice. Got a new spell.
Insubstantiate.
I feel myself growing lighter, fainter, ghostlier. I can't find my balance. Whoa.
Careful.
Zero makes as if to lunge for me, but checks himself at the last moment.
So,
It's easy to lose your balance in ghost form because you no longer have a center of gravity. In fact, gravity doesn't even apply to you anymore. Hover, Evelyn, hover. This takes a little getting used to, but you'll get the hang of it, as I did.
0.
Hovering. Zero, look, I'm hovering. Huh, you're a surprisingly quick learner. What do you mean, surprisingly?
Well,
Wait a second. I'm a poltergeist now, right?
yes.
For the moment, Insubstantiate gives you Spirit's basic form for a fixed span of...
right.
That means I can hug you at last.
Unfortunately.
Without waiting for Zero to finish, I throw my arms around him gleefully. Whoa!
You can't.
You can't.
No way.
What happened? It felt all cold and dizzy.
Now
You know how I feel when you try to hug me.
Why?
Why?
Because
Poltergeists are incapable of touching each other as living beings are incapable of touching us.
that means
Touch requires physical contact, and we poltergeists have nothing physical to offer. I see.
home
No, don't look so crestfallen. Here, come with me. Zero starts drifting upwards. His head touches the roof and then disappears right through.
0.
Zero,
Come with me.
come along. Drawing in a deep breath, I concentrated on floating upward.
Wow.
Then I'm floating. Steadily, Evelyn. It's easier to pass through barriers for the first time if you close your eyes. Passing through the roof felt weird, like something went into and out of me that was there and not there at the same time. When I open up my eyes again, the starry night sky spreads endlessly above, illuminated by a beautiful crescent moon. Oh my god. Hold on. I need a water break. I'm getting like way too sucked into the story and I'm reading like way too fast. And when I read fast, I make mistakes. I try to guess what the end of the sentence is before it's even over.
Amazing!
In the past.
I love to sit on rooftops and watch the night go by for a long, long time ago.
Now
I can get on rooftops much more easily, but floating is not sitting, and sometimes I wish...
Zero!
Do you miss...
What?
Miss what?
Well...
You know, having a physical body? Zero tenses up and turns to me scornfully. Huh? Do I miss stubbing my toe? Do I miss tripping over branches and falling flat on my face? Do I miss having to climb flight after flight of stairs to get to the roof, only to find the door locked and the key hidden away? Huh? Do you, Zero?
Mind your own business.
Mind your own business, Evillan. Ooh, ouch. I think we're getting more and more information about him. Okay. Let's buy some potions. I need blue potions, and I need 3 of them. Thanks for your purchase. Alright. Should we make some more potions? I think so. Let's do yellow. Blue and red. Let's do Carmilla. Alright. Nice. Lawrence drops the crate with a heavy thud and wipes his hands against each other, feeling accomplished yet unaware of my presence. Hee hee.
I
think that's all the deliveries for today. Maybe now I can finally nap. Lori! Ugh. Lawrence turns to face me, his ears flattened against his hair.
Again.
Which I told you 1,000 times. My name is...
I remember.
I know. Lawrence, right? I watch him as his ears perk back up again. They look so soft, so fuzzy, so, But how do you expect me to call you by your name if you don't use mine? Huh, I guess you have a point. His ears twitch a little and droop as he looks away. Is that a pout hiding behind his mask?
Right.
That's it. I can't hold myself back any longer. I'm so sorry. Sorry for... Lawrence makes a noise somewhere between a whimper and a whine as I grab him in a headlock and ruffle his ears to my heart's content. I discover that if you scratch behind him, his foot starts tapping, but he grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me away before I can learn much more than that.
What are you doing?
What do you think you're doing? Your ears are just so unbelievably cute. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
You have to.
Well, you have to. You can't just go around touching people like that. At least ask first.
Oh!
So you would have said yes if I... No. My ears aren't a toy for foolish people to play with. My hearing is a lot more sensitive than yours. Each tap is an echo that reverberates in my head.
Oh.
I can't even imagine what that must be like. If I teach you, will you leave them be? Teach me.
Wow!
Oh gosh, you're going to show me how to have a super cute puppy ears?
No.
No, Pumpkinhead. I'll teach you what big ears. A spell to improve your hearing. Aww.
Well,
Oh well, I suppose that could be useful too.
right.
They're better to hear you with, my dear. Am I right? I wink at him playfully and he thumps his palm against his forehead. You're so... Anyways, pay attention. This is how you cast What Big Ears. You spell.
What big ears!
I didn't think it was possible to improve your hearing through a few easy steps. With a few simple gestures and the magic words, everything is a lot more in focus. Oh my god. Otolaryngologists would hate us.
That should do it.
That should have worked. Tell me what you hear. I hear the beetles crawling around in the grass, the crows flapping their wings above us.
Good.
Good. Anything else?
Well,
There are glasses clinking in the cafe down the hill from here, and...
How?
What? Something is growling really close by. It isn't you, is it? No, but I don't hear a thing. Lawrence watches the area around us carefully, alert and ready for action. He seems to be taking this seriously. I hear the growl again, and without a doubt it's coming from Lawrence.
Well,
Are you sure it isn't you?
Of course not.
Of course it's not.
Hmm.
Go back home. The lesson is over. But Lawrence,
Watch
it might be
yourself.
unsafe. A witch that can't use many spells won't be able to defend themselves. He folds his arm and nods affirmatively at his own deductions. I'll look into the weird noise by myself. Alright. Lawrence turns to leave, but hear the growling again as he dashes off into the woods. That's nice of him to realize that was his stomach, wasn't it? Hey, wait, Lawrence, it's okay. Maybe I'll bring along a box of treats or a dog bone next time. Funny. He does want some meat. But I don't know how to get meat. I don't know if someone can. Let's learn a new spell. So we learned all of Zero's spells. Let's take a look at Damien's spells. Clone a body part like your hand while maintaining control over its movements. Grants a super allowing you to reason with corpses. Choose one body part to strengthen like your handpicked for perfection. There's 7 advantages. Oh, the advantages of being 7 feet tall, being oddly convincing without a word is one of them. Gentle giant, and exchange for some protection, plenty of smaller creatures won't mind lending you a hand. Let's learn gentle giant. That sounds fun. And it doesn't cost very much. We have everything that we need for it. So let's do gentle giant. Smash!
no, no, no!
Evelyn,
Are you all right?
are you hurt?
No way!
Damien, I broke my potion bottles and I'm not wearing any shoes or socks. I stare at the 1,000 pieces of glass scattered on the ground all around me in dismay. I'm undoubtedly trapped. I'm going to be here forever and mix my exams on the Halloween party. With a clenched fist, I tilt my head up and shed a false tear. I'm sorry to all the couples out there who will never meet, having been deprived of my matchmaking prowess. Know that my heart goes out to you.
Please.
Evelyn, don't be like that.
You see.
I can sweep away the shards for you. Damien opens their mouth and sings a few notes. It's quiet for a moment, but before I can ask, I hear a scuffling noise. It starts coming from the corner in the room and then the walls. Suddenly, from everywhere are mice. As they run towards Damien, they mimic the tune in their own squeaky way.
Wow!
Wow! Damien crouches down as they softly pet the furry animals.
Please.
Excuse me, friends, if you don't mind, could you please help us pick up this mess? Sure enough, little paws begin to swiftly and carefully collect the glass, depositing it into the trash bin Damien brings out for them. And the kitchen is clean within seconds. Well, aside from the cheese, Damien happily sprinkles around for a lot of them. After they accept their reward, the mice clear off as quick as they came.
Amazing!
Damien, that was amazing. You're like that one character from the movies.
Huh?
No, not really. I get along better with creatures than I do with people, after all.
Right.
It must be because you're so gentle with everyone and everything. I could see it. If I was an animal, I would like to be around you too, just like we are now. They bashfully put their head up their left cheek and trace small circles on the ground using their tippy toes. I'm not sure about that one.
A long time ago.
It's just before I came to Halloween Town, after my maker passed away, most of my companions were animals.
Sometimes.
Whenever I'd come across a creature on the road that was hungry or lost or being troubled by humans, I would help them out.
You see.
And in time, they would try to help me too. That sounds so precious.
Yes!
I want cute animal friends like you.
What?
But for as long as I remember, small creatures have had a tendency to run away from me. You're probably just too energetic.
Well,
If you're kind to them and respect their boundaries, it's not too difficult.
although.
Though, if you would like to call upon them and speak in a way they understand, I do know a spell for that.
Yeah!
Really, really want to learn? Show me.
All right.
Alright, but if I teach you the spell Gentle Giant, you have to be careful with it.
Please.
It's not a spell to control another. You may only ask favors of the animals, and in exchange, you must offer them something in return.
No way!
You worry too much. Do I look like someone who would even be a little mean? I look into my eyes and smile. My own heart gives me a spook when it skips beat.
No.
And that's why I trust you.
Well.
Additionally, abusing the spell will cause you to lose trust with the animals. If they have no faith in your bond, the magic will no longer work.
Alright!
Got it. I don't want to ask them for anything anyway. Just talking to them seems neat.
Okay.
I understand.
It's simple.
The song I sang is embedded with old magic from the forest. If you sing it, the animals that hear it will understand your intentions. Oh, do you think you can maybe show me one more time then?
Watch closely, please.
I'll try and teach you to cast Gentle Giant. New spell. This is fun. I'm enjoying this. I attempt to sing the notes that Damien had done, but I think I mess up a little here and there. Unexpectedly, Damien sings with me, and my solo becomes a duet, but still, no furry friend in sight. I cross my arms and pout. Is it because they don't trust me yet?
Wait.
No, Evelyn, look there. I turn around from near the entry of the kitchen. A small black kitten walks up to us. When our eyes meet, it mews at me, and my heart melts.
Wow!
Oh my gosh, did you come to talk to me? Thank you so much. When I speak, it pads over and rubs against my knees. I think I'm going to cry, and Damien smiles, gently patting my head.
All right.
I'll leave you two to it. There's some milk in the fridge when you're done. Damien leaves, and I spend the entire afternoon chatting with the kitten instead of getting any work done. But I think I'm on my way to getting my very own familiar, as a proper witch should.
The incomparable.
At this rate,
the
failing
one
the
and
exam...
only.
At this rate, failing the exams will be impossible for the wonderful, da-da-da, the incomparable, da-da-da, the one and only Evelyn Nightshade of Dormermere High. As I was stocking shelves, I heard some students snickering and whispering to each other. Somehow I got the feeling they were up to no good, but couldn't quite make out what they were saying. Oh, because if we'd had the ears, we would know that. After I improved my hearing, I realized they were planning to drop a darkness bomb so they could rob us blind, literally. I had them leave before they could do any harm. When I told Mr. West about the almost incident, he rewarded me for my trouble. Oh, good. We did learn that spell. So that's helped. That's the second time we've been to work and we've had to use a spell and it ended up helping us. So I think we're pretty set for this. I think we're pretty set for this test on Halloween. Well,
Huh?
What's the matter?
you've been sneaking glances at me for the better part of the last 2 hours. When are you going to tell me what's the matter? I fiddle my thumbs and glance upwards at his fixated stare.
I don't know.
Oh, please.
Don't spare me. I can take it.
Tell me.
Am I wearing my shirt on the wrong way? Is my face disfigured by an outbreak of ghostly acne? Has my poltergeist pigeon splattered poltergeist dropping atop my head?
Really?
Are there really poltergeist pigeons that can do that?
No.
Which makes your behavior all the more puzzling. We poltergeists do not change our appearance, ever. Not in our dress, not in our acne, not in our ghastly droppings of poltergeist pigeons on our heads. But you have changed. I can't put my finger on it, but...
For the last time.
Evelyn, poltergeists never outwardly change.
Right.
That's it.
What?
What?
I'm sure.
You've inwardly changed. I'm sure of it. I thought this since our last I thought this for some time now. Maybe longer than I know I knew. I thought you look, you feel different from how you used to be.
Remember.
You can't feel me, remember?
No,
I can. And I figured out exactly how you're different.
Astonish me.
Right.
You're fading. His eyes rise and subsequently fall, and the bright red shine in his eyes that always radiates so profusely dims.
I'm fading.
Oh.
Yes.
It's so gradual, day by day, that I never noticed it happening right in front of my very eyes.
What?
But Zero, you're definitely not as sharply defined as you were when we first met, or even a year ago.
Zero.
What's going on? Talk to me.
Remember.
Do you know how poltergeists come into existence?
Of course.
Let's see. A human dies somewhere, right? Then,
You know.
poltergeists come into existence when a person dies with an unresolved matter near and dear to their heart.
That means.
We cannot bear to leave this world having left undone which we ought have done. Okay. So, regular poltergeist lore about having unfinished business left behind and needing to finish that business before moving on. That's pretty standard. I try and rack my mind around what he just told me, and my overworked brain from all this potion cramming begins to fry. Zero watches my struggle and sighs before signaling me to pay attention as he continues his explanation.
In the past.
I've met malevolent poltergeists who are murdered and take to haunting the house of their death and tormenting those who try to live there. And I've met benevolent poltergeists who left a debt unpaid and in repentance tried to help the living.
But.
What we all have in common is, when the unresolved matter is resolved, we move on. Move on?
Yes.
Poltergeists aren't natural, and in nature's grand scheme of life and death, there is no place for us.
That means.
We are tied to this world by the unresolved matter our hearts cling to. When that disappears, so must we.
Zero.
If you don't mind me asking, what does your heart cling to?
I've forgotten.
I've forgotten.
Huh?
That's right.
Some poltergeists resolve their problem dramatically, like hunting down their murderer or helping the child of a friend they had once let down.
But
For most of us, the resolution comes in due time as time heals all wounds. And essentially, we end up forgetting that which bounds us here. I'm surprised it's kept me around for so long. I suppose I must be forgetting everything at last.
Zero!
A wave of emotion rushes to my face, and it's taking up every ounce of control to not fling myself at him, my childhood friend, upon learning the truth.
oh, now.
You're not about to cry, are you?
No, no, no!
I'm the one, the only Evillan Nightshade. That's good. I've always hated to see you cry, Evillan. But you're saying you'll disappear.
What? No way!
I don't want that. Because you're a
Like-
ghost. I've always thought you'd be here with me, all of us.
You know.
Nothing lasts forever, not even poltergeists. All things must come to an end.
Um,
Is there anything I can do to stop you from disappearing? Anything at all?
No.
I don't think so, unless you can make me remember the reason why I had to become a poltergeist in the first place.
But.
That's impossible, realistically speaking.
Mm-hmm.
No one now knows my birth name or who I was when I died. Nothing remains of all that except maybe a faint ache in my chest, and even that is fading. As Zero speaks of a faint ache in his chest, I can feel a strong one brewing within mine.
Zero!
Mm-hmm.
Do you want to move on? If you do, I'm glad for you that you're forgetting.
What?
But if not,
Well...
do you want to remain here together with me just for a little while longer? Zero is quiet for a long time. Then without a word, he leans in close to me and kisses the top of my head. I can't feel his touch. There's only a chilling sensation that causes my skin to tingle and make tears form in my eyes. I blink to force them down. There were no words spoken for the rest of the evening, held in each other's company, but I never felt more heard. Aw, that's really sweet. That's a really sweet story, okay? Man, I hope we continue to get more of Zero's story, because I'm really interested in what he has to say. Now let's see. We got Gentle Giant. I don't really want to get anything else from his tier. Check anything living with blood nearby. Also works on recent bloodshed. Climb the muddy surface or walls. Levitate and glide through the air. Cloak yourself in complete darkness, hiding you from sight. That one sounds fun. Let's do that one. I have a new routine. On each day I work, I meet Carmilla at the door. It's grown into a habit for us to meet outside before our shift and go in together. When I'm on time, of course. Our short stride through the entryway is easily becoming one of my favorite parts of the day. But evil, there's a wicked beast in our town. I jump back, spooked by the sudden noise. A screaming figure lingers in front of the shop, shouting his lungs out. A pretender amongst pretenders. We must burn her, stake her, before she slays any more innocents. Sir, are you okay? Be warned, young one. You are gallivanting with death herself. I already sense her taint upon you. Begone, thrall of vampire. In hindsight, I should probably know better than to talk to strangers. But there's something familiar about this particular weirdo, and he's blocking the door. Now he's advancing towards me with a crossbow, barely concealed under his cloak.
Come on!
Aw, come on, please don't murder me. I haven't even had my 1 millionth match yet. There's no sanctum for people like you. Do not hide from my cleansing judgment. I stumble back a few steps when I realize that it isn't me he's looking at, but Carmilla? Ooh. Embarrassing. Here, and I thought I was the demon. Like when you think someone's waving at you and... Hold on. Wait, he's after Carmilla. Help. I should call for help. I should... Eek. His hand's on the trigger. He's going to make ghastly kebabs of us. Hold on a sec. I have to go help my husband bring in some stuff from the car real quick. I'll be right back. Okay. Thanks for letting me have that little break, guys. We are gonna get back to the game. I have some pizza, so I'm gonna be eating while we play. I hope it doesn't bother you, but if it does, you can go ahead and skip ahead. Eek, his hand is on the trigger. Ow! Like, stop trying to eat me. Sir, can we please talk about, But just as he shoots, Carmilla yanks me back. I'm about to scream, but I feel a flip of a finger over my lips and a warm breath near my ear.
Don't.
Say nothing. I nod, watching the wasted shot roll along the ground. My savior, Death herself, waves a hand, then a thick patch of darkness soars forth and hides us within. I intently listen to the man's heavy footsteps echo through the alleyway, near and far. You can run, demons, but never escape. Time will not forget the dishonor you dealt me and mine, and I will scour the earth to see justice done. Wait until his footsteps fade off into the distance. Carmilla drops the veil of darkness and walks into the store without a word. I stumble in after her, struggling to grasp what I just witnessed.
Whoa.
Carmilla,
No.
I don't want to talk about it. Oops. I don't want to talk about it.
Hey!
I do. You almost died. And he was
Like-
like straight up hunting you. Who was that guy? Carmilla sighs again, but this time she doesn't brush me off.
Well,
He's the Baron, or the Mad Baron, as he's better known. We have, as some would call it, a history together. He was yelling a lot of mean stuff.
yes.
Yes, well, it's his ancestors' fault.
Now,
A long, long time ago, the Mad Baron's ancestor struck a deal with me.
anyway.
It was simple. I would never harm his direct descendants, no matter how annoying they are, and in exchange, his family would cover up any accidents that might occur. She clicks her tongue in an annoyance and shakes her head.
Well,
If I had known how frustrating they would be to deal with, however, I would have never made that deal. Accidents?
yes.
I was young once, I wasn't always as careful with blood as I am now. The Baron's family, well, if I did not take them, surely pestilence or failed harvest would have. She looked away, mumbling in bitterness. Was that a tisk I heard?
Well,
He's mostly upset because his house has fallen. Being terrible at your job can do that to you.
but, you know.
I mean, how is it my fault that his ancestors didn't do their cleanings properly? Even though Camilla is pouting, I can sense a bit of guilt. Do you think he'll come back?
Yes.
Yes, unfortunately to me, he's as stubborn as he is imbecilic.
I have no idea.
I don't exactly know how he figured out that I work here, but now he knows we're affiliated.
And so,
In fact, he may try interrogating you. What a bother.
Really?
Really?
yes.
Yes, he's not an evil person per se, so he should be pretty harmless to anyone who isn't me.
Well,
Of course, he's still, well, you know, like that.
I'm sorry.
Goodness, I am incredibly sorry for getting you mixed up in all this, Evelyn.
Well,
It's okay, now that I know he's not really as scary as he was earlier.
Oh.
Oh, I have an idea. To make it up to you, I'll go over the darkness spell I just used earlier with you. It allows you to cloak yourself in shadow. You may even evade him like that.
yes.
Yes, I'm ready to stop, drop, and roll onto the void away from that creep any day. I gave her 2 thumbs up of approval, and she smiles at my antics.
I'll teach you.
Alright then, I'll teach you how to cast darkness. New spell! Carmilla shows me the method. I thought she was just waving her hand, but the movement is really particular. When preparing the spell, I feel kind of like a ninja, or even spookier, a mime.
Alright.
Oh, Carmilla, watch!
Darkness.
Darkness! I practice forming small veils of darkness around the shop, each one growing a little larger the more I concentrated on it. It's small, but it'll do the job. Well done, darling.
Yes.
I'll get better.
After
I need to
all.
repel that guy in case he ever comes back for you, right? The chances of that are quite low.
But,
You see, the neighborhood watch is quite exemplary at keeping the sword out. He does manage to slip by you once in a blue moon, however, but
Well,
he won't get the best of me. Of that, I have no doubt. That was a cute little laugh the voice actress did. That was cool. I like that.
Come again.
The instant the last 2 customers leave, Carmilla hums cheerfully to herself and locks the front door for lunch. I'm about to take the first bite of my burger when she turns to me with a sort of smug of satisfaction.
I'm parched.
We worked hard this morning, did we not? I'm positively parched. I stare at her with my mouth wide open, a very appealing sight, before clamping it shut. Parched?
Oh!
Oh, hold on, I'll grab your lunch for you and we can eat together. I go to look under the counter in case she's left a bag, but there's nothing. Quickly, I race to the back, but there isn't anything in the icebox either. As I return, Camilla's eyes at me with full of amusement. Did you forget your lunch today? Seems so.
Whatever shall I do?
Are you gonna try to bite us? I look back at my own lunch, a leftover burger from last night's supper and a bottle of milk. I guess I could do halvesies.
Well,
If you need a drink, you can have some of mine. I thrust the unopened bottle towards Carmilla, but she immediately gives a step back like it's minced garlic, which I'm pretty sure it's not. What gives? Oh, no, thank you, dear. Milk is not quite to my tastes.
You know?
It never really satisfies me, you know? She smiles gently and saunters over to me. When I look into her eyes, I can see the same spark as when she looks at her customers. It's chilling. I know what she's doing, but her voice is so hypnotic, it almost causes my heart to skip a beat.
But
My little darling witch, you do know what would satisfy a thirsty vampire, yes?
huh?
Blood? If it's that bad that you want to enthrall me, I guess I could give you some of mine, but you owe me.
Right.
And it better not hurt. Sweet Evillan, you're always full of surprises.
I feel a little
Even when you knew
embarrassed.
what I was up to. Oh goodness, I feel a little embarrassed. She glances away and twirls her hair around her index finger.
Well,
We're friends, and you're always helping me out, so I think it's the least I can do.
Oh dear.
You're so kind, not to mention 100% right.
I
I
promise.
swear to you that I shall only take the tiniest bit.
Come on.
Give me your hand, please. I do exactly as she asks. With one of her satisfied little hums, Carmilla kneels before me and takes my hand, then gently presses her lips to the back of my palm. I feel a pinch for just a moment, and then nothing but a little dizziness. Carmilla lifts her head and licks her lips before removing a handkerchief from her sleeve, which she carefully wraps around my hand. Red berry, with notes of chocolate and cream. You certainly like your sweets, don't you? You can tell all that from my blood?
I have experience.
I have an experienced palate for such things.
I suppose.
If you're truly curious, I suppose I could give you a pittance of my own.
Of course.
Few things on earth are quite as energizing as fresh blood, when you have acquired the taste, of course. She does look like she has a lot to get up and go, but drinking blood? No. I'm a little tired.
well,
A little wouldn't hurt.
I'm impressed.
How adventurous. I'm very impressed. But, my sweet witch, I was hardly serious.
You know?
To drink a vampire's blood is to become one yourself, after all.
really?
Really?
Yes.
So be careful what you agree to, Evillan. There may be a number of benefits to vampirism, but you should think them over first.
At any rate.
At any rate, I do know a less physical means of absorbing energy. It may not be as effective as blood, but it should provide a pick-me-up in a pinch.
Oh,
You mean like draining psychic energy? I wiggle my fingers spookily at Carmilla and she shakes her head, smiling briefly. Something like that, yes. It's a spell called Leech Life.
yeah.
That sounds ominous, but let's get to learning.
I'll teach you.
Alright, darling, I'll teach you how to cast Life Leech. Nice. Carmilla spends the rest of our break instructing me how to steal energies indirectly. It's a pretty simple process. All you have to do is lock eyes with your target after casting the spell and you'll slowly drain the energy. Nice and straightforward. Not even I can mess this up. I haven't had a chance to test it though. After she showed me, Carmilla wouldn't even look at me. The awkward silence stretches between us for what seems like forever. Shortly after our break, a customer finally shows up and they're wearing a mean face that spells business. Hey, I want to return this. I blinked and quietly tapped the small board next to the counter sheepishly. No
Whoa.
returns. On every product in the store. Sorry. Why does that matter? My spell didn't work. I demand to see your manager. Our eyes meet and we sort of just stare at each other. It takes me a second to gather my nerves, but I decide to put what I've learned to good use.
Life leech.
Life Leech. Slowly the man's shoulders begin to sink and I feel a bit of my energy gradually waking back up. Thankfully, about 5 minutes, he just shakes his head and wobbles off without a word.
Yes.
Nightshade wins! As I fist bump into the air, I think I catch Carmilla smiling at me out of the corner of my eye. When I go to look again, she seems to have vanished. Too unprofessional? Or maybe I should be careful with the spell, as she told me to. Not like I'm going to be leeching out the answers to the Halloween exams anytime soon. Yeah. So how many days do we have left till Halloween? 2? 3? 3? We're pretty good. Well, we could use some potions. So let's do a... Oops, that spells. Potions. Let's do a yellow, a purple, and a red. And we'll use hers. Nice. Damien!
Just a moment.
Just another moment. What's taking them so long? Damien, do you need some help? My question gets a very obvious answer when Damien appears near the top of the stairs with a large stack of books in their hands. Can they even see over that paginated mountain? Paginated?
Apologies.
Apologies, Evelyn. I just need to make sure that I had brought... Uh-oh. I rush over as Damien trips over their feet, but it's too late. They go over the banister and tumble down the stairs, landing in a heap of books and limbs on the floor. Damien!
No!
Speak to me! I dig through the books, but they don't move.
Damien!
Are you?
No!
No, don't let me get accused of murder. It's okay, I'm still alive.
Huh?
With a grunt, Damien stands themselves back up and dusts off unseen dirt from their clothes. There wasn't a scratch on them.
Huh?
I'm sorry.
I didn't mean to make such a mess.
Wait.
I'll clean it. Wait.
Are you alright?
Are you feeling alright? You're quite pale.
Um,
Damien. I crack crocodile ears and throw my arms around their neck to emphasize their horrible crimes against my sanity. They tensed a little at first, but wrap their arms around me not long after.
don't you know?
Don't worry me like that ever again. I almost had to imagine life in the dungeons.
Thank you?
Thanks for your concern.
Yes!
You bet.
But...
But that looked like a really nasty fall. It's a miracle you're still standing right now.
Oh.
Oh, it's not a miracle. It's a magic spell. Indestructible. Indestructible?
Yes.
When I was created, my master took measures to assure no harm would come to my person.
Wow!
With a capital W-O-W. Wow!
I could teach you.
If you're interested, I can teach you part of it. It'd be perfect for you.
Alright!
Count me interested.
Excellent.
Wonderful. Now I don't have to worry so much. What was that again?
It's nothing.
Nothing.
Watch closely.
Now watch
please.
closely. I'll try and teach you how to cast Indestructible.
Indestructible!
Suddenly, a swelling feeling takes hold of me, then dies down, and I don't feel much different from before. Of course, other than the sudden urge to perform an immediate and daring feats to test my new capabilities. I grip both fists and hold them up in front of my chest in anticipation.
Alright!
Okay, I think I've got it. So I'll take the stack of books to the top of the stairs and then throw myself down.
Don't.
I think absolutely not. Aw, wait, you mean that wasn't what the books are for?
Of course not.
No, goodness, of course not.
Well.
Those are books about magic theory, if you really want to test it that badly.
Wait.
Here, hold on, I'll get you something.
Don't do it.
Don't you dare jump down those stairs, Evelyn.
Yes!
Yes, my liege, I obey, my liege. Damien cast me a doubtful glance before walking away. A few seconds later, they emerge with a wooden plank.
Okay.
Please recast the spell and try punching this as hard as you can.
Impossible!
Now we're talking. It'd probably take some sort of martial arts to break this plank if I didn't have the power of magic and Damien on my side.
Alright!
Okay, so I just use this sigil and take this, Evelyn's heart-shattering comet punch. Crack. My fist goes through it like a hole puncher through a greeting card, and I don't feel a single sting. Damien looks satisfied.
Excellent.
The spell should make
No.
you invulnerable for about 5 minutes each time you cast it.
Although,
You don't have to name your attacks.
Why?
What do you mean? Naming them is the best part.
The incomparable.
How-
The one and only.
How else do people know that it's the incomparable, one and only Evillan Nightshade doing them? You should try it too. If you say so, maybe another day. For now, I have some books to clean up. Why did I try to bring so many? Watching as they go pick up the books scattered across the stairway, I decide to venture over and follow suit. Damien casts me a surprised look.
oh,
You don't have to trouble yourself. I know you hate cleaning. It's fine. This is my home too, after all, and I owe you one for teaching me that spell and all.
thank you.
As we work on it together, silence falls upon us and causes me to think.
Why?
Why would your maker want you to be indestructible anyways? You're not even a klutz.
Oh,
Oh, that's...
well,
Well, when I was created, my maker was not well liked in the neighborhoods we lived in. Humans used to throw things at us or try to chase us out. They managed to sometimes.
No way!
What? Those bullies? I roll up my imaginary sleeves and put on the most mean and serious face I can muster.
Yeah?
When I'm done with them,
it's okay.
Evelyn, it's okay. It was a long time ago. Those humans have all died already anyway. Oops. But that was the reason why. My maker always said we needed to have thick skins to get through life. So,
Like-
he made you the most impenetrable of all?
Yes.
I guess so.
What?
But as long as you're with me, even if you're not, I'll make sure to protect you.
Thank you.
That's very kind of you.
Right.
So I hope you can keep smiling without worries, Damien, my sweetest friend in the world. They avert their eyes from my view and shyly slide their hands behind their back.
It's
I'll
nothing.
try. While cleaning the shop, I found a very unique looking, obviously ancient vase. But is there any other kind? Amazed by all the intricate decorations, I took it off the shelf for inspection. And at that same moment, Camilla appeared out of nowhere and spooked the hell out of me. As soon as I dropped the vase, the shop was shrouded in darkness. Then an evil spirit appeared. I must have the worst luck. Luckily, I was able to easily stitch the vase back together, so the spirit returned to it without causing any trouble. Carmilla was pretty impressed by my quick wits and even sweet-talked Mr. West into not deducing my pay for breaking the vase. But she should have done that to begin with, since it was her fault I broke it. I think I'd better tighten it. Again, I find Damien by the stairs with a needle and thread. I'm getting hit by an odd sense of deja vu. More repairs, Damien? I get into that position. But nothing falls apart this time either. They've gotten pretty good at securing themselves these days.
Welcome home. Please don't.
Sneak up on me like that. Hey, I wasn't even being sneaky this time.
What?
But I haven't seen this much surgery since the dual hands guy's head fell off. Do you have a hot date or something coming up? I lean in close with a huge grin on my face.
Of course not.
It's just that the machine has been wearing out lately and I wanted to be prepared. Machine? What machine?
Well,
They're quiet for a long moment after that. Can't really tell what they're thinking, but before I can decide if it's something I should pry for them to talk about or not, Damien speaks up again. Can I ask something weird? Like crystal weird or weird weird? Because the answer is yes, either way.
let's say,
Say you had a boat. Do you think that if you replaced every part of that boat, it would still be the same one? Of course it is.
Yeah.
It's still my boat.
Right.
It didn't stop being mine just because I put a cuter sail on it or whatever.
really?
Even if there's nothing about it, that's the same as when you first got it.
Yes.
No doubt about it. I guess I see your point.
Well,
That is pretty out there though. Why do you ask?
Well,
Have you heard of the ship Theseus? Nope, what is it? It's an old philosophy question.
let's
Say a great hero went out on a long journey by boat. Over the course of the expedition, the boat became worn and needed to be repaired many, many times.
Oh.
And if you replaced every part of it, is it still the same ship when it comes home?
Exactly.
Which is why I asked. Their words trail off and they purse their lips.
It's nothing.
It's just been on my mind lately, that's all.
Damien.
Do you possibly feel like the ship in the story?
Maybe.
Maybe a little bit.
You see,
I've lived many centuries, you know. And the human
well,
body isn't meant to last that long, so I've had to replace my parts many times. Likely more times than that boat ever was.
So
So I'm not sure if this me that exists today is really me. That's hard.
I'm sorry.
I'm not making any sense, am I? This is definitely the non-binary character. I knew it. It was foolish. I'm sorry.
No.
It's not that. Not at all. I slap both hands against my head and look at Damien. Considerate, sweet, gentle Damien. They make my heart want to lurch out and hold them forever in my witchy embrace.
Damien!
It's just you're not an object, Damien. You're a person. From the top of your head to the tips of your toes, just like me.
Right.
I mean, I'd still be Evillan even if I changed my outfit, cut my hair, or lost my arms and legs, right? That's a pretty drastic leap, but yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That means you're still you too.
Whoa.
No matter how many fingers and toes you have, or lungs, or whatever else there is.
Yes.
For as long as you exist, you're still you. And the Damien I know is the best housemate in the whole wide world. You're exaggerating.
No.
Not even one little bit. I know a lot of people, but I could not even imagine my life without you in it. Their face flushes with a pink that even outdoes the shade of their hair, and I blush a little in response, scratching the back of my neck sheepishly.
Damien!
Damien, you have the kindest heart out of everyone I know. The pink of their face quickly fades as it came.
That's right.
Thank you. Huh? It looked so bright for a moment there, but now it's just like everything collapsed in on itself without any warning whatsoever. Because that's not how they want you to view them. That's not how they want you to view them. My chest tightens. What'd I say?
It's nothing.
Oh no, it's nothing. I was just thinking.
I
I need to finish these repairs within the next hour since the spell might wear off.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry for taking up your time. Please don't mind me. If you say so, I suppose. Damien goes back to work without saying another word, and I know I messed up somehow, but I don't know how, and it's eating me alive. I desperately want to press my Franken friend for some answers. Then again, my matchmaker senses tell me they just want to be alone right now. Maybe I should give them a minute.
Damien.
Sorry, Damien, for everything. No, we're going after Zero, not Damien. Don't get it twisted, girlfriend. Do not get it twisted. Okay, should we learn another spell? Maybe. Let's make some potions. Let's do yellow, red, and purple. We'll do her again. There we go.
Da-dee-da.
Nightshade. Nightshade is the best. Finds you someone from the rest. I sing quietly to myself as I dust the inside of the human shop, doing my best to keep the wares clean and tidy. Which, come to think of it, was kind of necessary. It was starting to get gross in here, especially the drapery. Ugh, just looking at these curtains makes me want to sneeze. I should probably take them outside before I start beating them. A 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3. So I tug them down and a cloud of mist ambushes me as I do so. By the time it clears, there isn't a wall behind the drapery, but an ancient portrait framed in gold. A familiar dark-haired woman gazes down at me with empty yet captivating violet eyes, and I... Wait a second.
Huh?
Carmilla?
Yes?
Yes, sweetness? I don't hear her approach, so when I whip my head around to see her standing beside me, I jump out of my skin a little. This is you, right? Not like a great-great-great-grandma that also happens to be your doppelganger? Indeed it is. What keen eyes you have. That's a portrait of yours truly, the eternally gorgeous Countess of Carnolia. Ah, what an era that was.
Amazing!
You were nobility? She folds her arms and raises her eyebrows at me as she gives me my chest a small poke with her index finger.
Come on.
I most definitely still am.
Yes!
Yes, of course, my lady.
What?
But wait, what is this painting even doing here anyway? She doesn't respond. Rather, when I look over, she's tracing a finger over the filaments on the portrait's frame, no doubt gathering dust from whatever era she's seeing in that far-off gaze.
Whoa.
Just a minute, oh Countess, that frame's a little crooked.
Wait!
Ah, no, Evillan, don't touch! Too late, I grasp the frame and adjust it accordingly. When I do, a scrap of paper falls out from behind the painting. What's this? I lift the apartment. It's a faded pencil sketch of a woman with hair that flows like ocean waves and eyes as dark as a moonless night. There's something mischievous in her smile that draws me in.
Wow!
What a beauty!
Don't touch it!
Don't touch that! Before I can react, Carmilla snatches the picture from my hand with fury in her eyes and a crease in her brow. I blink, taken aback and a bit hurt. It's just a drawing, so what's her problem? Unless... Do you know her? A friend of yours? Carmilla sighs, taking a lingering look at the photo and gently runs a finger across the girl's paper cheek.
I suppose.
In a manner of speaking, yes.
My greatest.
She was my greatest hunt. I've never since pursued a human of her caliber.
Whoa.
I'm willing to bet there's an impossibly good story behind it all.
Yes.
Oh, there most certainly is. There's a glint in her eye as she takes one last look at the portrait. Slowly, she rolls it back up with extreme tenderness. I guess it's no surprise at all that the picture is still in good condition when she handles it like that.
6 centuries ago.
This little delicacy came forth to my manor.
She was.
She was hoping to hunt me as revenge for an incident that occurred in her village, unbeknownst that she herself would become my quarry.
For months.
We played a game of cat and mouse, pushing each other to the limit but never quite gaining the upper hand.
Until one day.
Eventually, I cornered her in an alleyway. I leaned forward as if sitting on the edge of my seat.
Oh.
And then what? You drank her blood?
Mm-hmm.
Nearly to the last drop. Camilla smiles, and yet there's something forced about her chair when she speaks. I see her run her fingertips along the edge of the page. Until some no-good busybodies arrived to save her. I barely escaped with my life that night.
How?
Gosh, how'd you do it? I outsmarted them, naturally. Hey, Scallywag, nice to meet you. She flicks her hair off her shoulders and the back of her hand.
You know?
Vampires are apex predators, as you should be fully aware by now. When faced against mere mortals, we always come out on top. Okay, but if that's all true, why do you look like you're about to cry? Carmilla's jaw hardens. I feel like she's about to chew me out, but after a long and very awkward pause, she laughs the kind of laugh of someone who has resigned themselves to a most pitiful fate.
I
suppose it isn't easy to hide affairs of the heart from the master matchmaker, is it? You've caught me twice today, little witch. I open my mouth to reply, but the pained look on her face brings me to a halt. An unknown sensation starts to build up within my chest. With a sigh, she tucks the roll of paper back behind the portrait.
My dear.
But Evillan, my dear, there are some plots that are not worth digging into. Her piece book, Carmilla returns to doing inventory, leaving me alone with my thoughts. I guess there's no helping her right now, no matter how much I want to be there for her. This is a dating visual novel. We are dating, we're trying to romance a certain character. He's a ghost. He's not on screen right now, but he's great. We're almost at the end of the game, so you're in like the last half of the stream. So I hope you enjoy it, Scallywag. Hang out with us for a while. We're trying to learn spells before Halloween, so we've got a couple days left. So let's see. We can learn a lot of spells. Let's buy some red potions. And let's learn a spell. What do we want to learn? Let's do Scent of Blood. Sounds good. What does it cost? 1 purple? Not bad.
5, 6.
I look around the empty shop. It's only minutes to dawn, and without a customer in sight, we might be able to go home soon. I too am terrified to be out of sight. Since there hasn't been anyone here for hours, Carmilla and I have been trying to entertain ourselves.
7, 8.
As quietly as I can, I shove myself into one of the empty barrels in the display window, careful to replace the lid over my head. What?
9.
Oh, we're hide and
10.
seek? Come out, my
on.
dear. You can't possibly hope to hide from me. I press both my hands over my mouth to silence the giggles that are bubbling in my chest. I'm a master of hide and sneak, the sneaky, the unseen, Evillan Nightshade. There's no way she'll be able to find me now. After all, who would think to look in? The lid pops off my head within seconds. I look up to see Carmilla grinning down at me, a smug look on her face.
Here you go.
There you are. That's what makes, what, 45 wins for me, and for you, a paltry 0?
Crab apples.
How? Just how?
Are you curious?
Oh, are you curious, little witch? She offers a hand to help me up, her voice sing-song and teasing. I nod, brushing the dust from my clothes.
Well,
Vampires can sense the warmth of blood nearby, particularly if we've sampled it before. Mortals call the spell Scent of Blood.
What?
You've been cheating all these games, then.
no.
Not cheating, I just have a natural advantage. Carmilla gives me an impish grin. She's definitely cheating. So what else is that kind of magic good for other than hide and seek?
My dear.
Well, all sorts of things, my dear.
Well,
It works on recent bloodshed for one. Even when a corpse has gone cold, I can still sense the approximate location and time of death through its residual warmth. I gape at her.
Oh!
So you can find murderers and stuff? I actually helped Herbie get out of a sticky situation with my ability. Mr. West, what happened? Oh, you know, wrong place, wrong time. The
And
guards had him
so-
handcuffed and were even ready to take him to jail for a murder in the alley next door. She casually points to the side of the shop, almost as though discussing where she found a lost animal. I feel a chill run down my spine at the realization. I used that alley to get to work.
but, you know.
Herbie doesn't have a license to obtain stock in that manner, so a conviction would have been devastating.
But,
But it turns out it was a nasty competitor trying to frame him.
now,
The real culprit was at the scene, so I was able to turn them in before Herbie was tried.
Amazing!
Thanks, Scallywag. Have a good night. That's amazing, Carmilla.
What?
But how are you so sure it wasn't Mr. West?
well,
You know how stingy Herbie is. There's no way he would risk his entire business just for a few parts. If I know anything about that man, it's about how much he cares about this store. I nod slowly, amazed by both her magical talents and her ability to solve what could have been a devastating blow to Mr. West and his business.
Wow!
Wow, that's wild.
Can you teach me?
Sounds like that skill could really come in handy. Do you think you could teach me how to do it too? I squat down and plead some at her for good measure.
Please?
Please, please, please. I don't know. It wouldn't make hide and seek very fun anymore. Carmilla rolls her head about her shoulders, disinterested in my cries, and I jump up with my arms outstretched at her and ready to object.
Well,
It's only fun to you because you're winning. Obviously.
naturally.
come on! Well,
Will you teach me if I promise not to use it during hide and seek?
like,
Plus, next time anytime anyone frames Mr. West, you can sit back and just order me around to investigate. How does that sound?
Oh,
Ooh, good point, love. If you agree to be prudent as well, I may be generous enough to show you. I do not want to have to drag you out of trouble too, after all. I promise.
oh,
Alright, I'll
All
teach you
right.
how to cast Scent of Blood. Nice. Carmilla spends the rest of our shift showing me how to track blood through scent alone. It was time to give the old Dermamere a try.
scent of blood!
One good whiff of it causes my face to scrunch up and my tongue to roll out of my mouth in disgust. Yuck. I suppose it means it's working.
don't you worry.
Worry not. You'll get used to it with practice, darling. So she says, but by the end of the night I feel like I'll never leave my nose. However, it might just come in handy someday. Just, hopefully not too soon. Okay. Crimson Dusk. Learn Scuttle. beautiful nightshade, the wonderful, the thoughtful, the, Hey, Damien.
Huh?
Do you ever get the uncanny feeling that you've forgotten something?
Like,
Because I'm getting that really bad right now. Like, super duper bad.
Really?
I don't think we missed anything on the shopping list, and you didn't forget your wallet today.
right.
What could it be? It might be nothing. Maybe I just forgot the brew I learned earlier.
Help me.
Here, can you hold these for me? I have to unlock the door.
Of course.
I hand Damien the bags in one of my hands as I fiddle around for the keys.
Crab apples.
Crab apples. Did you maybe find something you forgot?
Well,
I think I left my keys on the table. Zero is going to roast the stuffing out of me if I call him to face with the door again.
Oh,
Oh, you don't need to call anyone.
please.
Allow me. Damien sets the bags down for a moment and gently pulls at a string on his wrist. On their wrist, excuse me.
huh?
Your hands. The action causes their hand to fall right off, and Damien chants something under their breath. Their fingers curl before jumping up and scuttling towards the vent.
Ah!
The hands manage to squirm into the house through the vent cover, while Damien closes their eyes to focus. We wait for a few minutes, but eventually,
Okay.
I think I got it. The door swings open.
Wow!
Wowie, wowie, wow! Damien, what kind of magic is that? It's super handy.
It's nothing.
It's just a basic animation spell that my maker taught me a long time ago.
What?
But it kind of scares people, as you could guess, so I try not to use it very often.
I'm sure.
It'd be a great Halloween trick, that's for sure.
Oh.
Or if you wanted to use it for a comedic effect with those give me a hand kind of jokes. They practically know how to write themselves, but With a big smile, I wink and hold up my palms, fingers spread while shaking them enthusiastically.
Yes,
Yeah,
I could.
but if
teach
you're
you.
interested, I could probably teach you how to do it.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.
What?
But I'd rather keep my hands where they are, for personal reasons. You know how it is.
No,
No, I don't mean like that.
of course not.
Goodness, I would never want to hurt you.
My maker.
My maker couldn't do it in the same way I can either, so he crafted a living variation of the spell called Scuttle.
Although.
It works exactly like the one I use, though.
Oh, you mean?
You mean I could just summon a disembodied hand out of nowhere? Wouldn't someone want that back?
Not quite.
It's more like an illusory copy, but it's hard to explain in words.
All right.
I got it. In that case, teach away, Professor Damien. I'm ready to learn.
Okay.
Watch closely, please. I'll try and teach you how to cast Scuttle. Nice.
All right.
Repeat after me. Damien starts the spell and their fingers curl again before hopping out onto the floor. I repeat after them.
Scuttle.
Scuttle. I hold out my hands and poof, I'm hand in hand with myself.
Good work.
Yes.
Good. Be free, my five-fingered friend. I launch my clone hand like I'm sending it into battle and it scuttles along after Damien's hand.
Damien.
Let's shake hands.
All right.
We shake, but the moment my hand lets go of theirs, my new companion crumbles into a small pile of dust on the floor and disappears.
No way.
Did I mess something up? They went too soon from this world. I crouched in over where the apparition had just been in a dramatic mourning of my sudden loss.
No.
You did a wonderful job.
What?
It's just a copy. The illusion hand can't last very long in the real world.
That's all.
Without a host for the spell to grab onto, it lasts about 30 seconds tops. 30 seconds? I giddily spring to my feet. I know, I want to clone my head next.
Don't do it.
No, you absolutely don't.
Why?
Why not? Think of all the possibilities. Please trust me on this. Never, ever, ever try to create a copy of your own head.
All right.
Okay, but what about your...
No.
No.
Duh.
Oh, you're no fun sometimes.
After all.
And you missed out on the possibility of an entire witch brigade meet up with the best matchmaker in Dormamere High. Damien watches as I fold my arms and pout, signaling my yield to their firm request. They let out a sigh of relief and smile softly at me.
I think that's for the best.
On some days we don't have a single customer, but on others, well, this happens. Bombarded from questions from all sides, I tried ringing up a customer who kept nagging me because he was in a hurry. When I finally told him the total, he suddenly asked me to get a potion from the top shelf on the other side of the shop. I decided to use Scuttle on my hand and send it to the back room to get what he wanted instead. At the same time, I put his purchase into a bag and somehow even managed to calculate the new total by the time the vial found its way to the register. To my amazement, it was really easy to deal with 4 customers at once using this trick. Mr. West was also so impressed by my skills that he increased my pay for the day. Easy as a piece of pumpkin pie. Perfect. Our spells are working out for us. Alright. I'm worried that the Halloween test is gonna require potions. So I'm kind of trying to like build up potions as we go. But also I still want to learn new spells. Okay, let's see. What should we do? Learn a new spell, perhaps? What kind of spells can we learn? I like this one that allows us to speak with corpses. That sounds fun. Kind of want to learn crawl still.
It's love, love, love.
That makes the world go round, round, round. I finished classes early today and didn't have anything else to do except maybe study, so I thought I would head to work a little early. By the time I reached the shop, Camilla's already approaching the front door.
Carmilla!
Oh, you showed up on time, little witch. That's a first. She bops me on the nose and smiles, fangs exposed.
Hey!
I'm always on time. My time. I suppose I can't exactly argue with that.
But
But there's no point in us speaking out in the cold. Let me just... Soliner Hunden.
Huh?
Huh? Was that German? I forgot the key at home. Cupping her hands around her mouth, Camilla calls up to the second story window.
Herbie!
Darling, Evelyn and I have arrived. Let us in. Wait a few seconds for a response, but nothing happens. Is he even here today?
No.
No, I guess not. Ugh.
I suppose.
It's troublesome, but I have no choice. She sighs heavily and presses her finger against the brick wall. Then, with momentum, Carmilla launches herself upwards. Whoa! It's such a simple movement, but it's really efficient. If she wasn't touching the wall, I'd think she was flying. Within seconds, she's at the second story window. Positioned against the windowsill, she taps against it and unlocks the window and heads in. After a few moments, the front door swings open. Nothing I cannot handle with ease, though it's certainly been a while since I last exerted myself. I smile in awe at Spider Carmilla.
Wow!
I can't even. What was that?
Right.
You really grabbed the wall and then zoom. I gestured wildly, motioning my hands like a rocket ship taking off. Carmilla chuckles. Aw, that old trick? I'm rather fond of it. I learned it a while back in, the 14th century? Or perhaps it was the 15th? Carmilla presses a finger to her lips in thought, then quickly waves the issue away.
At any rate.
Nevertheless, it is quite easy. You simply channel your magic through your fingertips and use crawl. In fact, I may be so inclined to show you how.
Please?
Really? Please, Spider Carmilla? Only someone as talented as you could teach me this spell. I look at her with big, round, begging eyes and a pout for good measure.
Oh.
Alright, my
All right.
sweet. I'll teach you how to cast crawl. Nice. She takes my fingers in her dainty hands, positioning them against the wall. Carmilla then instructs me in the method of blasting off. Or at least she tries to.
Crawl!
Wonderful.
Great, now go. I'm not sure that I can, Carmilla. My fingers, they're kind of sort of stuck to the wall.
Come
Hang
on.
in there.
Whoa.
Well, it's more like I'm hanging here, but...
Don't you worry.
You gonna let a little cleanness stand in your way, are you?
Now,
Don't get discouraged. It's only your first try. Keep going. Carmilla, I think I'm stuck. Like, stuck.
my dear.
Oh dear, perhaps you're pulling too hard?
Wait.
Think of it like a magnet. You need to... Oh no! I try following her suggestion, but loosen my grip too much and fall backwards. In a panic, I squeeze my eyes shut. Is this the end for Evelyn Nightshade? Am I done for? But there are so many couples I haven't matched yet, and so many sweets I haven't tried. And
Huh?
I'm fine. But it doesn't feel like I'm on the ground. I look up and see a pair of violet eyes. Is Carmilla carrying me?
Wonderful.
Ah, excellent. I was just in time.
But
That smile. Don't tell me you planned to do that just so you could end up in my embrace.
No, no,
Of course
no.
not. I'm just relieved.
mm-hmm.
Is that so? What a troublesome little witch.
Now,
Alas, I think that's enough practice for now. We still have to set up the shop.
Right.
This is definitely useful. I can't how many times I've forgotten my keys at home. I just need to master it like I mastered matchmaking. Carmilla, this would be a pretty neat trick for burglary, huh? I waggle my eyebrows suggestively. Carmilla huffs as she walks inside, still carrying me in her arms.
I don't.
Oh, what are you implying? I would never steal. Strange, you seem to be stealing me right now.
Well,
That is simply because a certain mischievous little witch may run off to try again if I let her go.
Well,
Carmilla,
mm-hmm.
do you only use the spell when you forget your keys? Carmilla hesitates for a second and her fingers lightly press against her bottom lip. As we enter the shop, she gently sits me down on a nearby chair.
My dear.
Ah, sweet thing, the spell's original purpose was secret liaisons with an individual I was, shall we say, very fond of. Others did not approve of us, but we were able to enjoy each other's company in secret.
It's
Oh,
love,
a
love,
secret
love.
rendezvous. With the two of you? How romantic.
I suppose.
Yes, I suppose it was. Carmilla's smile is touched by a hint of melancholy when she turns away to start working, but if she's distracted, I can... No, bad Evillan. I could always sneak out to practice climbing on my break. Alright. We're early dawn, day 30, we're getting there, so... Let's see, let's make some purple potions. You brew through the same potion, Damien will give you 2 additional potions. Sounds good. Nice. Crimson Dusk. Some more potions. Make a yellow, a red, and a red. Never had I met a Sphinx before now. I quickly realized they were very stingy when it comes to paying full price for things, and especially enjoyed confusing people with a lot of riddles over the transaction. After casting intimidation on myself, I was able to make the Sphinx freeze and stop throwing riddles at me. In the end, I finally got her to pay full price. Mr. West was so proud of me, he let me have the difference the Sphinx had asked for as a bonus. Nice. Okay, let's learn spells. I didn't know we knew Intimidate, though. I wonder if that was not supposed to happen. Let's learn Philosophize, though.
Damien!
Damien, it's time to teach me, the best pupil in Drummermere, some magic. I strike a pose, expecting them to come and meet me. I wait, but get no such greeting. Then, rounding the corner of our doorway, I spy my roommate staring at a skull. Damien? Hello? Earth Damien. As I get closer, I notice a couple papers spread out in front of them on the table, and they're of the school's spookiest subjects, mathematics. Damien must be so focused thinking of an answer, that's why he didn't greet me. I guess someone as serious as them can be quite a bit spacey sometimes. 8 by 12 and 12 by 8 are the measurements we think are pretty great. Huh?
Thank you.
Oh yes, thank you, that makes a lot more sense.
Huh?
Did that bonehead just talk?
Huh?
Evelyn, when did you get home? 5 minutes ago. I did the pose and everything.
Well...
More importantly, did that skull just talk?
Yes.
It did. In
A
his time,
long
my maker...
ago.
In his time, my maker endowed me with the magic to commune with the dead.
Oh.
That's it. I do that all the time. The dead guy I commune with never does my homework for me. Those spirits are a little more otherworldly than Zero, but
What?
their insight has been wonderful to have more complex homework questions. Just as Damien finished, I clasped my hands together and pulled them to my chest with pleading eyes.
Can you teach me?
Please, I'm sure I could use some help on my worksheets too.
Okay.
I don't see why not.
It's simple.
It's a fairly simple process. You just have to coat the mouth of the skull with frankincense.
That's all.
Then you need to charge it with magical power using the spell Philosophize. Rats, I don't have any frankincense. I have to run to the store. Maybe I can convince Carmilla to give me a discount. I am mid-moving to dash out of the place and down the street faster than a tumbling jack-o'-lantern when Damien stops me.
No. Please.
You can borrow some of mine if you want to give it a try, that is.
I'll work hard.
Thank you so much. I'll do my best. You're the best friend I know. They blush and avert their eyes a little.
Well...
Watch closely, please, Evillan. I'll try and teach you how to cast Philosophize. Nice. Brushing a skull's teeth with herbs is kind of weird, but at least it's easy. Under Damien's instructions, I make the preparations fairly quickly.
All right.
Great, I think I got it.
Philosophize. Yes.
Hey, Skull, buddy, I have a potions assignment due tomorrow. Tell me if I should use Batmeal or gourd spice as the base for the elixir of the wheezing. Regarding your inquiry about the potion of cough. Oh, it's working. Look it up yourself and sawed right off. Ah, rude, alright.
Hey.
Do you have a bone to pick with me? We the spirits do not serve, disturbing our rest we do not deserve. If you want to pass your test, then study yourself and don't be a pest. That guy sure was rude for someone without a leg to stand on. Just because you've been alone for centuries doesn't mean you can... Don't take it
Please,
personally.
Thomas.
Most spirits are surly in the best of times. Isn't the spell supposed to make them, you know, cooperative?
No.
This method only allows you to commune with the dead, not command them. Although the soul did have a point, you can't exactly take study aids into your final exams.
Guess not.
Guess not, but it was worth a shot. Thanks for nothing, you bonehead. To you, witch, we do say bye, and I know you care, but what am I? Why you? I think that's enough for this lesson. They gently grab my shoulders to hold me back and look at me with great kindness and concern in their eyes.
Please.
Go take a break, Evillan. I'll lay our friend here back to rest. Okay, thank you, Damien. After my break, I spend the remainder of my day cramming more for the Halloween exams. And occasionally I'll find a light snack placed on my desk for me that never fails to make me smile. Aw, Damien's so great. But Damien's like a good friend. Like, I could see him being like a love interest, or them a love interest, but they just seem much more like a good flatmate, like a good friend. They're getting friend zoned. I look around the town square, which is filled to the brim with my monstrous classmates and upperclassmen. There are a few familiar faces lingering at the edge, cramming last minute. A few others are nervously asking their crushes to the festivities after the exams. Always a good sight to see. But at the very center of the square is Miss Magwitch, stern-faced and serious as ever, waiting for the witching hour to finally arrive. Once she does, she'll teleport us to the dungeons where we'll face our trials. Close by is Mr. West, who is trying to sell potions to anybody that doesn't look prepared enough.
All right.
I've got a few minutes left before the exams begin. Maybe I can do something that will help me pass? Help a classmate find love. Well, there isn't a whole lot I can do last minute, so I might as well help out a lonely soul or two. Looking around, I find my target almost immediately, a nervous-looking zombie pining for a beautiful mermaid. I head over and try to help. But because of the gloomy pre-exam atmosphere, the confession didn't go too well. Rats. It's time. Oh, accidentally hit history. Finally, Miss Magwitch's voice rings out and everyone goes quiet. Remember, your primary goal will be finding the exit. If you run out of potions, I will teleport you back here and it will count as a failure. Now line up.
All right.
Let's get started. And afterwards, I'll hang out with Zero. I'll go boast to Zero. He was always nagging me about the exams after all. Alright, we got this. We got this. Why is it so dark here? Cast glow.
Yes.
The nightshade. Wait, let's go.
All right.
Finally, here's some light. Let's see. That door looks tightly shut and the lever next to it looks broken. The lever's broken. If I pull this, it will get hurt. Damn these sharp edges. Let's see. Let's stitch it. I can mend this with Stitch.
Stitch! Alright!
Here we go. Easy as a piece of pumpkin pie.
Wow!
This room is much bigger. Let's see, there seems to be a deep pit over there. I'm not sure if I can jump over it. And over there's a door, but these big rocks block the way. Let's jump over the pit. We'll hover. 2 blue, 1 pink. Yeah, let's... Moving on red. Let's hover.
Hover!
As soon as the spell is cast, I float over the pit with ease.
Alright!
Next one, I should be halfway through. Alright, we're doing good. A zombie? What did he eat to grow so big? And why is he glaring at me as if I owe him money? Don't tell me he's also on an obstacle I have to pass. Let's see. Cast a whale. Without any words, the zombie quickly advances on me. Eek, let's talk about this. I barely dodge in the nick of time and roll out of his way. Just moments later, he attempts to attack again. Quickly, I pull out a flask of potion and gulp down its content.
Whale!
I let out a loud shriek and the zombie freezes in mid-potion, raising his claws to cover his ears. Just as my lungs almost run out of air, his legs finally give out and the zombie falls unconscious.
Yes!
Well, that was close, but Nightshade wins. Nice. What's this?
Oh!
It's a cute frog. What's it doing here? Gentle giant. Perhaps it can help me.
Gentle giant!
Croak. Hello there, little frog. Do you think you can help me get out of here? Croak. With enthusiasm, the frog jumps onto me. I stretch out a hand to catch it. Hopping around, it gestures me to get closer to the walls. Is there anything I can do? Croak. Huh? Tap against the brick. I do it as it says. As soon as my finger touches the brick, a glowing rune appears.
Huh?
Magic runes? Croak.
Oh!
Tap them in the
you
right
mean-
order? Alright, show me how. After a few minutes of guidance, I finally managed to light up over 60 runes. Whoa!
Alright!
The wall disappeared. Nice. I pet the frog and thank it for the amazing work before releasing it. Now let's move on. Nice.
Huh?
Is that the Reaper? How on earth did Miss Magwitch get him here? Behind him seems to be the exit, though. Try to sneak past him? Yeah, because I don't think we know anything. Slowly, trying my best not to make any noise, I sneak behind the columns and out of his sight. However, just as almost I reach the door, a voice as cold as snow falls upon my ears. Halt.
Huh?
That wasn't bad, mortal, but to move to the other world, you have to pay for your passage. Aren't you the Reaper? I am. And why do you sound like the ferryman? Besides, I'm not dead, and I don't want to go to the other world. No matter. To get out of this room, you need to pay me 20 potions, no matter which color.
Huh?
That's a ripoff. Do you want to pass your exams or not? Alright. Luckily, he lets me pass without after a hitch. Nice. Exams passed! Yay! We did it! Yay!
Da-dee-da!
Genius of Dormamere High. Da-dee-da. Evillan Nightshade. The clever, the brainy. Da-dee-da.
Well done.
Well done, Evillan. Congratulations. Wasn't it absolutely marvelous? Huh? No snide remarks? No sarcastic jabs?
I'm proud of you.
The earlier part of the evening was given to a post-exam celebration at Dormamere High. Not as good as matchmaking parties, but pretty close. Now I'm back in my room, worn out and sleepy, but also indescribably happy. Zero is hovering next to me with that sweet smile on his face that I hadn't seen in what feels like forever.
I will!
I'm going to make you prouder yet.
How?
Oh?
Yes!
I figured out a spell that will let me touch you at long last.
Don't be
Don't be
silly.
silly. No such spell exists.
Zero!
Which goes to show not even you know everything, Zero. Watch this. Desubstantiate. I used the potion Miss Magwitch has specially prepared for me to cast the spell.
This!
Evelyn, you're... Ta-da!
What?
What's going on? Are you okay? My body feels light and airy as if freed from shackles that have been dragging me down all my life. Looking down at my person lying on the couch, I realized that my body was the shackles. Who is the cute and lovely little witch lounging on the sofa? Iki, is that what I look like?
Why?
What did that spell do? Your spirit, it left your body?
Wait.
You become all ghostly, like in Substantiate, but you feel so warm, so full of life. Wait a second.
Zero!
Zero, what did you just say?
How?
You feel warm to me. You feel warm to me. You feel warm to me.
Yes!
The spell works. I don't
Why?
believe it. I'm a poltergeist. I've gotten a sense of touch, and I've forgotten what warmth is. And yet, why do I feel warm right now when you're close to me?
Yeah!
Just wait until I do this. I grab his hand, and for a moment, fear and doubt seizes me, and I wonder if my hand will pass through his in spite of everything, like it always has before. But they don't. My fingers close around Zero's, and I feel for the first time the shape and contour of his hand. It's positively exhilarating. The initial icy cold touch of his skin quickly turns warm.
Oh.
This is what your hand feels like. I think you've got a pretty nice hand, Zero. He glances away at my compliment, rubbing the back of his neck with his free hand.
I'm
glad you think so. I don't suppose you mind telling me exactly what's going on.
Right.
All in good time. Now, let me try something else. I fling my arms around him and squeeze. Aww. Hugs! Hugs for the ghost man! I've caught you at last. Shocked, he stands still for a brief moment. Then, gingerly and hesitantly, he brings his arms around me. Evillan, look at me. Slightly pulling away, Zero gently grabs the tip of my chin and lifts up my head.
Zero.
Don't worry.
It's alright, I know. His burning ruby eyes reflect into my own and encompass my entire universe. Gradually, inch by inch, our faces draw nearer to each other. Like gas! Are we gonna kiss? Are we gonna kiss? His nose touches mine, and for just a split second, I feel the feathery touch of his lips against my own. Whoa! I fall right through him and smack back down into my body and flop onto the floor like a sack of bricks. The spell wore off with the most unfortunate of timing.
Ouch.
That looks like it hurt.
Damien.
It did, and it does. Ow, ow, ow. Evillan Nightshade, the clumsy, the heavy. We look at each other and burst into laughter, then suddenly tears begin to well and fall down my face.
Don't.
Evillan, don't cry. You know I hate to see you cry.
No way.
I'm not crying. You are. That's only because I'm so happy.
Why?
So am I, Evillan. You're wonderful, but you mustn't cry. With a few sniffles and a crack in my voice, I start to speak.
Well.
Spell to substantiate Miss Madwich taught it to me, you know.
But
If anyone would know the spell, it'd be Estella, of course. But why would she teach it to you? At the party earlier, she asked me why I seemed so glum, even though I had aced the exams.
I wish.
I told her about you and how you're fading and how much I desperately wanted to hug you properly, just once before you move on. She said, I wiped my nose using the back of my wrist, and after a quick shake of my head, slapped both hands firmly against my cheeks to help keep my composure. She says the steam shape might help me,
yeah.
and it did.
What?
But the spell consumes too much magic, and I couldn't keep it up. Just
Please?
don't move on yet, Zoro. Let me try again tomorrow, please, and we could continue where we left off just now. Blushing nervously, I'm twiddling my fingers when I look up at Zero, gesturing at himself.
Don't worry.
I'm not going to move on tomorrow, can't you see?
How?
See what? Oh, your form. It's all sharp and crisp again. But how?
Yes.
It assuredly is.
That's right.
When you cast that spell, and again, when you hugged me, it made me remember everything. Who I was, how my life went, and the reason I became a poltergeist. What was the reason? The reason you became a poltergeist.
The reason you became a poltergeist.
A smile so soft and endearing wanders across his face and sets my heart aglow.
It doesn't matter now. All that matters is that I'm here with you.
Aww. Aww.
I told you, didn't I? A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and some grudges are best forgotten.
Aww. Does that mean...
Damien, you won't leave?
I won't. For as long as you want me to be here with you, I will forever be by your side.
Aww. For as long as you, the one and only Evillan Nightshade, want me to be here with you, I will forever be by your side. The end. Zero's ending, a new reason to stay. Oh, how wonderful. Claps all around to this group of developers. And nifty productions and nifty visuals. Man, you guys did an amazing job. That was so much fun. That was a lot of fun to play. And I was really worried at the end when they asked for 20 potions. I was like, do I even have that many? But I made it through, and we ended up acing school, and we fell in love and got to hang out with Zero, and now Zero's gonna stay with us forever. And that sounds kind of sad, but also kind of amazing at the same time. Anyways, thanks guys for joining me tonight for a special Halloween visual novel. This was a lot of fun to play. It is a free game on Steam, so go ahead and check it out. If you're catching this on the VODs channel, you can go scroll to the description all the way at the bottom. It will have a link for this game. Like I said, it's free. The only thing that costs is the DLC, and I think that opens up Lawrence's realm, which we didn't really get We didn't get a lot of scenes with Lawrence, and we missed one of his spells that he could have taught us, but either way, I think that game was really fun, and I really enjoyed it. So thanks for joining me, guys. I hope you guys have a great night. Happy Halloween. Don't get too crunk. Don't get too crazy. Don't prank somebody that you shouldn't prank. And yeah, I think I like wholesome pranks more than I like really like scary pranks. But tonight's the night to be scared, so I'm gonna go watch some horror movies, cuddle up with some candy and some popcorn, and enjoy the rest of the night. So I will see you guys tomorrow for Visual Novel Friday. We'll be playing Highway Blossoms, and joining me on Tuesday, we'll be playing more Grim Fandango. And next week, Thursday, so next week, we'll be playing more Okami. So join me for that. And anyways, I will see you guys later. Thank you.